shit, bro.
Alright, let's just get a level check and then we'll go.
Yo, check.
1, 2.
Check.
Bless up. 1, 2, 3. Check.
Wait, keep going, sir.
Yo. Wagwan.
Oh, yeah, that'll be right.
Huh?
Check. Bless up.
Further away is quieter. Usually I don't have to turn it up that loud. Okay. Sorry, Des.
Yeah, bless up, man. How are you doing? Mr. Engineer, you bless?
Yeah, my good.
You gone for your citizenship yet in St. Lucia?
I actually should.
Who St. Lucian? Your dad or mum?
Dad.
Yeah, man, you get that, man. When my one comes through, I'll give you the same link, man.
Alright, cool. Yeah, rolling on you.
Yeah. Is it different? Is it different if it's your mum?
No. It's just a direct parent, from what I understand.
You still get it though if it's you get it if you're adopted, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You just have to have a technical guardian who is from one of the islands.
Wow. That's deep.
With the Lesser Antilles, I don't know if like Cuba and all that.
Boy, yeah, man. We're just here cooling out, having a little convo. Des has decided that we should do some things. You get me? Some psilocybin. You get me? Yeah. I say yeah. He's prescribed some psilocybin, so that might kick in midway, and I don't know where it's gonna go, but wherever it is, we're here. Big up Maverick on the 1s and 2s. This your boy Jedi for JEDIONLINE, Illuminati Live, Red Pill, True Illuminati Clips, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go live, and please put the number of your like in the chat. You know, like that. Back again, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just chilling out with big man Des, Maverick, having a chat. Des has got a beige bee in his bonnet.
I said a beige bee, you know.
He's got a beige bee in his bonnet. Like, he's got stuff to say. I'm just like, you not tell me, because I'm trying to do part 2. Do you not want to see Des, big man Des, in part 2 of the JEDIONLINE? Because he's raring to go.
I am.
Do you know what I mean? And he by rights, he's like, yo, I should have been on the pitch for that one. And I hear it. Big up everyone that was there, but it might be a different lineup, slightly, or I might be additive. I really want to add a black woman.
Yeah, I think that's a good look. You
feel me?
Yeah, who you gonna do though? Who? Yeah, I think that's a strong black woman, man. Woman that know herself, you know? Not no weak heart, you know?
He's looking for Royal Rumble, cuz.
No, do you know what it is? It's a debate, man. I think it's a serious debate.
Yeah.
It's something that I never learned till I was older in life when I started traveling to St. Lucia. The first time I ever encountered that a black person was looking at me like I'm not black was St. Lucia.
Can I clarify something though?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think I look at mixed race people as non-black?
Yes.
This one's for the stolen voices, my people that ain't got much traces. Trapped in the belly of the beast, everywhere is beef and there's never ever peace. Every day is peak and I never get to speak. Living in the Elmos, never get to see. Sitting in a cell, feeling like you're never gonna leave, but you can't sleep cause you got beef with the brother underneath of the bunk. But the truth in my speech is abundant. I don't need a reason to keep it 100. The government declared the war on the man. So this ain't a song, it's a glorious anthem to rep for the group that is normally abandoned. The poor is ignored when they're stranded. From Lagos to Kingston, Nori to Camden, against all odds, of course we are champions. I'm the voice of Trayvon, I'm the voice of Stephen Lawrence, I'm the voice of Tupac, with no thug life engraved on my stomach. I'm the voice of a runaway slave, holding a blade and facing a musket. Been a victim of the system too long, we get tired of waiting for justice. The voice of Fred Hampton Sr., killed for defending the people, and the right to exercise freedom of speech. We just want to be treated as equal. I'm the voice of the mums and the ones that pray for unity in the community. I'm the voice of the young trying to escape the slum, but they can't find the opportunity.
So much to say, but not enough. You hear the cries calling from the skies above, saying it's okay, speak your mind, open your heart, don't let no one add you to understand.
I don't.
Okay, cool.
Right? I don't.
I'm just from what I'm hearing a little. It's not like I look at it in a negative way.
Like, I don't know if that's what I was trying. If basically what I said was, if you watch there's a method to the madness. What I said was, yo, are you black? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I give you the first right of refusal. Are you black? You know what I'm saying? For me, tell me. No, I'm not black.
It's a setup.
No, but because previously I've heard her say she's not black. Yeah?
Oh, this is we're
Right,
talking
yeah,
about.
So I know. So when I'm saying to you, are you black? And you turn around and say, no, I'm not black. Cool.
This is the lady that was on
Yeah,
before.
Denalva and
Denalva
even
says
Chinks.
she's not black.
Yeah, Chinks, Denalva, they both said. So, and what that says to me is, and I even said it in that debate, is you guys view yourself as non-black, which is fine, because the whole point is your right to kind of self-determination.
Of course,
Right?
yeah.
But from when you say that you are not black, and I'm telling you I am black, there's no way that your voice reach louder than mine on this topic, or you speak on my behalf, because I cannot speak for mixed race people.
Of course.
I can speak with mixed race people. Yeah, I can maybe work with them or help them or be an advocate or whatever. But once Des wants to speak about being mixed race, there's no way that my voice is gonna be louder than his. What are we doing?
Okay.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Okay, I got you.
Like, I've got to respect. You're the mixed race man living it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, but I've got a mixed race uncle and my son's mixed race. So that what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? Oh, my mum's mixed race, so I can tell you. You can't tell me. I can tell you. Of course, I can chat for mixed race people. My mum's mixed race. That's like, that don't make sense. Well, it kind of makes sense if your mum's mixed race, because then you're mixed race too. It's just a different level of mix. But in general, I felt like Denalva was saying that she's not black.
That's madness.
And because you're saying you're not black, I'm agreeing with you then. Okay, cool, you're not black. So it's not that I don't... Because if you listen, I said, when I was growing up, all my mixed race brethren, yeah, you're mixed race and that, but we're all black. Like, it's not even it's a no-brainer. We're all black.
That's right.
No one that did, you know what I mean? It's not until they grew up and started expressing that they were mixed race or rare, or that they're not black, rare, that. That's where I really saw the difference. And now I understand it and I respect it. In fact, I would say, yes, you know what? You're not black. You're more than black. You're black and white.
Yes.
Right?
Good point. Very good point.
You know what I mean?
Very good point.
Now, being black and white, does that give you
Do you have
a clearer advantage
Do you have any
than a white person or a black person?
Do you have any colour thoughts?
Great. Yeah.
All your thoughts are grey.
Great. But I just feel like if you're black and white, or part black, sorry, what I should say is part black and part white. You're not black and white, you're part black, part white. Which means you're your own thing. You're a fusion of these two things. Mm-hmm. Does that give you more say over, like, does that mean that you got a clearer vision? Because that was Denalva's thing. She's got a clearer vision because she can see from both sides.
Yeah, you see, my thing is this, right? Essentially, I think we're all human. I think that's where you start from. Because sometimes this colour thing is so much and so debatable that people forget. You know, we're all human, innit? Like, we're all of the same race, yeah? We might have different skin tones and all of that. So I like to, that's where I really reside. You're human, I'm a human, he's a human. Cool. That's how I see it.
Cool.
But
that's a typical mixed race perspective.
no, what I mean by that is, like, it doesn't mean that, like, a white human's experience is the same as a black human's experience.
Yeah,
I don't mean that, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just saying,
essentially we're all
logically, we're all humans,
Yeah.
right? So even though you might have a disagreement with me or see me as different or whatever, when it all boils down to it, you know, if fucking something was coming over the wall and it didn't look at colour and it was looking to mash both of us up, you're telling me we ain't linking up and dealing with what we got to deal with?
Like, I always say this, yeah. When you're in a burning building and that hand comes out of the flames to fucking help you out, you don't say, hold on, what colour is that? Hold on, one sec. Yeah, but who do you pray to, bro? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You take the hand. So, in need, humans come together. I believe majority of humans, they throw away their prejudices or their preconceived ideas at a moment's notice in an emergency. Majority of them. Very few people's hate goes so deep that in an emergency they left someone to dead because of very few people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I'm trying to say.
I might not even like Chinese people.
Yeah.
I do, but I
Yeah.
might not.
Yeah,
but
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna.
But when it comes down to it, you're gonna
Yeah.
help. Like, if you come around the corner and you see one of them in danger, whoever it is, whatever race.
Yeah.
If you know, and that's what I'm getting at. It's down to being human. But jumping back to the mixed race thing, it's like, do you know what? It's funny because when I first went to St. Lucia, and we had a lot of females around us at the house that we was renting, just pure jokes, yeah. And I just remember I was chatting with one woman. She had my full attention, as they do, and a next woman coming in and she's like, yo, she's asking something of me. And I was ignoring her because I was engrossed or whatever. We was partying, right? And then she goes, yo, Eminem. I said, yeah, what you want's over there. But the way I said it was like it was the warning, innit? Like, and I left it. She must have come back 10 minutes later or something. Yo, Eminem! And I switched on her, blood. And when I finished saying what I had to say, which was very disrespectful, but it was almost like checking her, like, who the fuck you calling Eminem, yeah? And she was like, nah, you're not Eminem. And I said, yeah, man.
But do you not think that do you not think that you when you was in St. Lucia you just blended in with people?
No, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I was getting with it. Like when I first,
do you think you look very different than the? Because I know St. Lucia's got.
No. I think I got a similar look. I think that's funny. And I just put up a post on my dad, rest his soul, and it's like my profile on my WhatsApp. And I've been surprised how many people have looked at it because he's obviously your complexion. And they're like, right, Des, I see you in a minute. And like, I swear to God, when I put the post up or the profile picture, it was just because it's my dad, he's young. I didn't see what people are seeing.
Yeah.
And then when they saw it, it proper got me because I was like, right, for real, you know. When I had to go back and look at it, I said, right, I can see myself as a you. And there's another picture of me smiling next to my dad. And our smiles are literally the same. When I was younger, and I was like, right, you know what? And it all, like, I think it's something that I never really clocked when I was young. I was too busy doing other shit. But going back to St. Lucia, it was the first time I experienced, then Jamaica, then Barbados. It's like white man. Then it'll be reds. You know what I mean? And then,
reds I understand.
Yeah. And then, but remember, when you're in these islands, you know, it's a different culture again.
Yeah.
So how they're looking at you as a mixed race person is different from how people in England will.
Yeah.
So that's when I started to first kind of recognize it. And then obviously when you're on the islands or Africa, that as a light-skinned individual, innit, it's almost like, I don't know, man. I don't know, what's the word?
This is a whole thing, you know.
What's the word? Is it like you're a bit of more of a delicacy?
Exotic.
Exotic, yeah. And I clocked all of that, and I didn't expect none of that. Yeah. And my ego used to get rubbed a bit because I've been thinking, right, you think I'm a white man, yeah? Nah, I don't roll like that. Not to say there's anything wrong with a white man, but I was offended that you think I'm a white man. But remember, that's my ego because you ain't got to know me yet. And the one thing that happens a lot in yard as well. Man will get to know me because when they say it now, yeah, white man, reds, I don't say nothing because if they don't know me, if they're around me for however long, they always end up coming back and go, you know white man, you know white man. And I love that when they come off their own, because I don't even...
So what they think, from first impressions, you look white to them?
Well, that's how, like, in them territories, I'm not going to lie to you, it is looked at like that. But I don't think it's looked at like that in some bad way.
No, in a bad way, just in general.
Yeah, generally, man, generally.
Maybe I'm desensitized to mixed race people. I've grown up, seen them everywhere. Fucking, you lot everywhere.
But you know what happened here, yeah?
I know you're not white, bruv. It's not even a thing that crosses my mind. In fact, a lot of the time, with mixed race, well, when I was growing up, I just feel like maybe we needed a bit of reminding that man's mixed race because there were certain insensitivities that man was keeping up with for banter and that. Like one of them times really sticks out when we was on the bus and we was running some white woman or we was saying something about a white woman, something rare. And my brethren was busting in the jokes. I swear down, it was one of them epiphany moments where I was like, hold on.
Your mum's white.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? I started thinking, so, like, when we're just ramping.
Sometimes, you know, it's the light man them that are the worst because they want to be more included, so they go harder.
Yeah, they go harder,
That's what I'm noticed growing up. But, I was going to say something off that, what you said. Well, remember, my mum's Irish, bless her.
Yeah.
And that's the white niggas, in this sense, when they come. Remember, you know, it was no blacks, no dogs, no Irish. Or not Irish, you hear me?
Everyone knows that is my pet hate of a saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't chat to an Irishman for 5 minutes.
And they don't say it.
And they don't fucking bring it up, bro. And then man drink 2 Guinnesses later, you're a nigger again. Yo, especially them ones there local.
I've never experienced that with that. But I've got a big Irish family and they're all from Latimer, you know?
Yeah, okay.
They're all around here.
Oh, is it?
Harringtons.
Yeah, okay.
The O'Briens.
Yeah.
Like I got a lot of Irish family around there, man.
Okay.
Bless them, yeah, man. But they'll be at the funeral.
Okay.
But yeah, it's an interesting one to me because you know when I really started to kind of identify with this subject when Obama got in power. I was in Miami.
He's a black president now.
Yeah, I was in Miami and I remember buying all the papers and sitting in the hotel room, taking the day off and just watching the inauguration.
Yeah.
And I said, why was it getting me? And I was like, right, he's because he's mixed race. I read his book as well, right? Yeah. Then it was really interesting to me. I wasn't like flying the flag like, yeah, he's one of us. I wasn't doing that. No, I wasn't. I want to make that clear. I was just interested. And you know the other...
a little bass chair.
We're accepted.
Yes, finally.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what else. And Lewis Hamilton. And then now you got like the Bellamy's.
Who's Bellamy?
Bellingham, sorry,
Who's that?
the footballer, Real
Okay.
Madrid. And what I'm trying to get at is, over the last like 5 to 8 years, I've noticed, or 10 years, I've noticed that the mixed race brethren them are starting to become more prevalent in society up front. It wasn't like that before. And it's only because it's come up that I see it now, you know?
I disagree.
Why you say
In
that?
a way, like, as in, mixed race people have always been the forefront of...
When you ever seen them in
Except-
government, sport, papers, news, when you ever seen them up front, man?
I think
The fact that they came up front with the F1 and the presidency is what made me realise,
okay,
oh
yeah,
shit.
like, okay, in that terms of that politics there, and that, yeah, but I think in like entertainment and things like that, and even in certain realms of business, historically, those mixed race ones managed to cross over and gain some kind of success, whether it be in business or whatever, and it'd be due to them being maybe seen as a more manageable or pleasant front of the thing. You know
what? I will say,
do you know what I mean?
I have clocked over the years, like, when someone meets you and they see that you're light skinned, it's almost like I've seen how they will handle me to my dark skinned brethren, and I just laugh in my head, say, "Right, what do you think? I'm more diluted than him. Like he's the good one."
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I get what you're saying.
So like, I
I don't think that way. When you're talking about business, I'm like, show me. I'm not saying it hasn't happened.
Okay, in business, but I think like, like.
'Cause remember, you're talking the Craig David effect. And you see me with Craig David, I rate him, yeah, but I'm like, yo, for me, Craig David seems to come across as he leans to his white side more. To me. I'm not saying, I don't know him personally.
Yeah, I don't know him personally.
And over the years, I just rate him what he does and everything. But when I look at him, like, and I've been in rooms with him, he's obviously music, blah, 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 whatever. I've always felt like, when I'm around him, not a lot at all, I've always felt like, that's what I felt.
You know what it is? I think...
And that's not to criticise him,
I think when you're from mixed heritages, regardless of whether it's different races or just different cultures...
Yeah. It's how you raise as well.
It's how you're raised. And usually, maybe if it's a two-parent household, one parent's culture or cultural preferences may be more dominant. And the characters may be like, oh, you know what? I'm proud of my thing, but this person's more vocal about this, so we just lean in that way or whatever. Or if you're only raised by one parent, then it's like, yo, like for instance, I got a couple people that are like Nigerian, Jamaican, right? But then it's like they don't really know their Nigerian side, or they don't really they don't really, because the Nigerian dad kept it moving or whatever. So depending on who stays and who goes, you may lean to one direction. So with mixed race people, you can see maybe if the mum's still immersed in black culture, as in she moves on, gets another black partner or something like that, rare, or she's still very much interested in that, and your neighborhood and your environment might be conducive to that, you may lean towards the black side. But if you're just off with your mum, your white mum in the sticks, and that black introduction is gone with your father or whatever, then that's it. Then
yeah, I know a couple bros like that, and they always make a point of letting you know, I grew up in Brighton with my mum blood. And whenever it gets a bit serious, that's what they say. And when you're not around, they're talking the tough talk when they think you're not. It's funny shit to me, right? But I'm coming from a place of both parents always being there.
Yeah.
My Irish side was as strong as my St. Lucian side. Soca music, Irish music, reggae, all of that. And my mum and dad used to have a lot of parties. And there was
River Skank.
They were River Skank. That's hard. River Skank. That's hard. But, and there was no, like, it was never nothing. There was no weed allowed to smoke or nothing. It was just drink and raving, and we used to have them parties.
There was no weed in your yard.
No smoking weed or nothing. Nothing.
No.
My mum and dad's parties, they were good parties, but they were just like, like when you see that old picture where everyone's in the dancing. It was that, but with a bit more white people in it. It was that, and I always remember there was a time when I was when we was in the process of making Dynamite's album back in the day in Miami with Salam, big up Dynamite. And I remember Salam looking at me and saying, how you know all these tunes? Because when he's, because remember, Dynamite, he's musical youth sample. So when he done it, I knew straight away, innit? And he was like, how do you know? And it made me think. And I realised, you know what? It's my mum and dad's parties.
All getting played.
When I was a little, I can remember one time I was in my white front's blood. Who's that man in Atlantis? What was that program that used to be on? The man underwater. Atlantis, I can't remember it, bro. It's going to come back, And I just remember everyone come in the house, and you know, like you're young. I must have been 6 years old, and I'm just nervous to walk across and go upstairs and get my shorts. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there,
Stuck there.
stuck there 4 hours. But everyone thinks I'm cool, but I'm just like, right, I'm embarrassed. I'm in my pants.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? My little, I don't know, mighty white fronts, yeah.
The tighty white is on man.
And I'm sitting there. I've got a picture of it actually.
Yeah,
you know? I'm sitting there, and I just remember like, I used to see how men would flirt with other women, and women would get vexed.
Right.
And then when there were certain songs would come on,
People
I'd
look
see
for
how
it.
women would look for their partner, and they'd make up.
Yeah.
And then I just remember all of my beginnings in music came from my mum and dad, bless them. Man. I realised those experiences.
Yeah.
And because those experiences were not, like I said, there's one time my dad see a man bunning and my dad just hold him, take him outside. You know what I mean? Like, nah, not in it. Obviously because we're kids, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is it was very pure. It was pure enjoyment.
Yeah.
You know, it's just pure. There was no like kind of outside forces that were, you know, like say everyone buns weed or everyone, you know what I mean? It wasn't just drink. You know, everybody loved drink then. Fire water, they call it. But yeah. So yeah, I'm here to fight for the Redskins, man. You know the funny joke is now though, that I like? It's funny, innit? Because like, my dark-skinned brother, the girl them love the dark juice now, innit? So when I was coming up as a youth, it was always like, you know, first time you're going places, the gal would look on the Redskin man a bit more. With all my mates, you know what I mean? Like, now I notice.
People try to, I'm glad you have admitted that, because some people try to deny that that era ever happened.
Whatever, man.
Like, no, but for real, some man is in denial. Like, and it's like...
Like, big up Justo, you know, because Justo made you know. Like, one time it wasn't cool to be African. And you know, now when I see how it is, I love it. But I'm like, I think some people forget what had to happen for man to get it,
yeah.
And then the other side to that is, I was going to say, which, you know, I'm digressing, but I've had a lot of business partners that are Nigerian over the years. Just naturally, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny, I've had more hate coming my way from Nigerian brothers around them. Like, why are you working with them slave babies, bro? That's the first time I heard that.
I never even heard no one speak like that.
Big up George. Yeah, and I was like...
Was it George that said it?
Nah, man, George is my business partner. George Ebenezer, big up George, man. Respect. But he come back and told me, guess what? And he tell me a couple of man come tell him that, yeah? And I said, huh? I said, yeah, which ones? 'Cause I'm ready to stick it on you, innit? And I'm not stick it on you, I have to be violent. But what do you mean slave baby? I went and checked out the term. I said, blood clot, is that's how Africa's going to be looking at me? Is that Africa's going to be looking at me?
It's not, man.
Like, it's almost like, now I know that now, but it's almost like, at the time I was thinking, because remember, you know, there's a lot of people that are ignorant out here that are like, yeah, your ancestors sold you.
Yeah,
like, you know them ones that I didn't know that vibe was coming out of Africa at one time. And now listen, Africa's an amazing place. Every time I've been there or anytime I've been to any country of culture, I'm like, you realise it's nothing like how you thought it was. Yeah? And people like the real people on the ground, they ain't watching that, man. If you buck people, you get me?
They ain't watching that. But you know, there's ignorance everywhere, and there's definitely gonna be someone that's got some wild
slave babies,
crazy viewpoint, and there's nothing you could do about that. You know?
So talk about what he's going to say with the gallon, though.
It don't help to pretend that shit don't exist.
So you're saying people have been denying the fact that light-skinned man used to get more,
like, you know,
back in the day.
like it was ever a thing, and making it seem like it's in the black man's mind. It's more about how you look at me.
I can remember convincing gal for my brethren them. Say, nah, man, he's cool. And they be like, nah, man, he looks coarse and that. I'll be shut up, man. Want to? But when you think back now, that was just the conditioning of their mind.
Conditioning, man. Just conditioning.
And I've never had problem meeting women anyway, so it hasn't really been on.
And I would kind of say the same thing as well.
You get me?
So for me,
we're out here, ladies.
Even though I
strong men are out here.
Even though I've seen it, anybody from any demographic, if you got a strong sense of self and a bit of confidence about you and a bit of realism, then you realise, okay, I'm not for you, but look who's looking at me over there. They're for me or they're for me. Do you know what I mean? Maybe not always the one that you wants you, but then you might have to think, is the one you want because of conditioning? And if it is, then that same conditioning might make you the one she don't want.
I'm going to say something real controversial.
Do you know what I mean?
All that I've been through in this country, all my experiences with females, which has been amazing. Like, I'm not here to...
You're about to say something mad cheeky.
No, I'm about to say, like, you know what, my preference now is not to say I wouldn't accept it, but I don't very much look at women in this country no more. And it's not because...
Sport for choice.
I'm sport for choice for real.
Look at this guy.
For real. I am.
Hey, go and sit with High Priest.
Oh,
yeah. Do you remember?
Don't put me in that
and you're
box,
the one
man.
that said to High Priest, hey, you know, you're out of it. Like,
Hear what I'm saying. Let me break it down, because listen, me and him are not in the same class. We're not, right? My thing is this. I know some amazing women in this country. Yeah, I know lots of them, and there are. But I notice sometimes when you start to get a little flirtatious, or it might be going somewhere. Some of the debates, man, that I'm having, I'm just like, do you know what? I've done this. It's not to say they're wrong, It's just to say I'm not in that space.
What debates are they on?
I just know this is listen. For me to break it down, I think is too much of dangerous territory. Yeah, as a man, yeah. But what I'm getting at is, I just you like that one there, yeah.
Hey, man, it's dangerous
Come
territory.
on, man.
No, but we don't know what you're
out
talking
there for
about.
people to just really.
No, we don't know what
people
you're talking
know
about. We don't. What
no, they
debates?
do, man.
Give us an example of a debate, like a slide.
I just think here, when you meet a woman, got a good job, maybe had kids or have children, broke up, whatever. There's always a certain energy I get from women that are doing their thing over here. Like when they meet them, it's almost like, oh, you're a catch, are you? Like like it's almost like the algorithm is guiding how they look at themselves. Does that make sense?
So what? What are you saying? They think they're.
Listen, would you say that when you meet someone, everyone's got a little bit of a act on, innit? They've got a little bit of a screen up until you really get to know
I think
them.
everyone.
That's normal, right?
Even unwillingly, but yeah, people do.
So what
have
I'm
that,
saying,
yeah.
subconsciously. So what I'm saying is, you see that veil,
Yeah.
the one that's over here. I'm not really in it. I don't mind seeing it in other places because it's a different energy.
Yeah.
But here, I'm like, I've been there, done that. I'm not on that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I think if you're around
What is
someone...
it? They think they're too... What is it?
No,
too
it's not about what
Miss
they
Independent
think,
thing?
No,
What is it, bro? Is it
know
like a
what it is?
feminism thing? Is it...
Oh, why am I even bringing this up?
Exactly.
Like, right?
I'm not going to let you go. So you're here now.
you're
Go on, go on. No, speak the things, Des.
No,
Say it, man.
what can I say?
We need a fucking hooky trailer for
what's
this.
the question?
Say something fucking...
What's the question? Give me the question. Give me the good, big question.
What is the problem with the UK women?
No, there's no problem with UK.
Okay,
women. I'm not saying there's a problem.
Okay,
I'm just saying my preference
Yeah.
is more out of UK now.
Because of the... What's the attitude?
Because the energy in
What is
UK
it?
for me
Describe
is a
it.
bit... All right,
Give us some words. Give us some words for the energy.
it's a bit stiff.
Stiff? Yeah, do you know what? It's mad, I'll let you go.
It's a bit righteous. Like, what's the word? Me. Like my fight is the hardest fight.
Self-righteous.
Self-righteous, that's the word I'm looking for. So I've said stiff, self-righteous, needy. And listen, I know there's nothing.
Don't do no disclaimers.
No, I do what I want to do.
Nah, don't do no disclaimers.
No, I do
man.
my disclaimers.
Just run.
Because you know what?
Disclaimer at the
Do you know
end.
why you have to do disclaimers?
Yeah.
Because there's so much people out there that are in this space that I'm about to talk about. They're just going to be mad at me, innit?
Okay. Stiff, self-righteous, needy. Mm-hmm. Do you want to expand on needy a little bit? Like,
Well, it's almost like, well, if you wanted me, you chase me.
fuck it.
You wouldn't fuckery, like, what are you talking about, man? But remember, I'm a big man, Des, you call me, I respect it. I'm not in that group of that chase.
Running gal down and all that. No one's in that. Listen, man.
Like, sometimes, remember, I'm talking to women that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s. And I'm like, some of the conversation to me is like, raw. I had this conversation when I was under 20 or in my 20s. So what I'm trying to say is that's what I'm getting at. And listen, it's not a put down on all women. It's just
clean it up, no.
No, I'm not trying to clean up nothing, man.
no.
I stand by my words in the blood. I'm telling you, yeah.
Yeah.
I just met, in the last 3 years, I met one amazing woman,
Yeah.
Amazing. Everything about it was lovely. But when the veil come down, I was like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Because you can only act so long, innit?
Yeah.
You can only act so long, man. You can only act so long.
She got some mental health there.
No, that's what you said.
No.
That's what you said. I never said that.
But it could only be that.
I think everyone's got mental health.
So
No, but we have. I've got mental health.
Des has got his mop and bucket and his fucking
ready
flannel.
for you, that
He's
Jeds.
got cream cleaner. He's cleaning up any mess.
I'm on dad's timing,
Cool.
bruv.
All right, listen. Hold on. You've met a thing, and she was ticking boxes. Right, so let's
Yeah,
break
man,
it
lot of
down.
boxes.
Okay, so let's break down boxes that she was ticking.
Is this still the mixed race debate, yeah?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
She's obviously mixed race if you're throwing that in there. She's mixed race. So
Ooh, I don't even want to say, because you know what?
Right.
No, because I don't want her to feel like I'm putting, because she might see this and I don't want her to feel like I'm disrespecting
She's
her.
stalking you as well.
No,
It's over.
no,
But she's
not
watching
like
your
that.
things.
I don't know.
Well, then it is what it is. You're just talking about life, bruv.
Yeah, we
Your
are,
life. She might... So this mixed race now. So she's ticking boxes. So what? She's pretty intelligent. What other boxes? Because these are your
She
boxes.
ticks all them good boxes.
Yeah, but what are
Sexy,
them?
fit, got her own job, got her own biz, like
So
doing
is
her
that
own thing.
Is a woman having a job a box for you?
Of course. Because you know what? It's funny, you know. I've had some lazy women around me as well. And I'm like, I think there's nothing more unattractive than a lazy woman, you know. To me. Like, if you're around a woman, you know, because sometimes, you know, women come around you and they think, like, they hit gold, innit?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you still got your life. You get me? You still got your life. Sometimes you have to let a woman know that you still got your life. Do your thing, innit? Or what you will do as a man, you will invest in the woman. She might want a business idea that she's always talks about but hasn't. Let me buy up the stuff for you, man.
Yeah,
Go
let
do
me
it,
help
man.
you. Go
Let me
do
help
it.
you,
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah.
But I'm saying when a woman hasn't got no drive,
No drive, no hobby. That's it.
but I will say to the other side is this. There's some women that when they have kids, they just want to be mothers. And I think that's a beautiful thing as well. I love that.
Right.
I've never really experienced that fully myself personally. Like, I just want to be a mum. But I see it a lot.
This is why I
and
was
love
saying,
it.
like, is that even... Because I think the ambitious woman is a modern creation. Not to say that women ain't always done their thing. You got like, it's like a minefield. I see why you're doing the disclaimers. But, like, the modern woman is about...
Was that your disclaimer?
Ambition and
Yeah, it's
I'm more than a mum. Like, there's a lot of that, yeah? I'm more than a mum. My one is, yo, you know what? There's nothing more than being a mum. You could be the
yeah, I'm exactly the
you
same.
could be the CEO
but
of
guess what?
1,000
As a
companies.
man, you telling that to certain women, they're looking like, who the fuck are you to tell me that? You're a man.
I'm the one that loves you.
Yeah, I know,
And
but they
what's the
don't.
best
Some
for
of
you
them ain't ready
and
for
the
that
nation.
love.
Yeah, nah, it's all like congratulations that you're a CEO and you got multiple rare. But the greatest thing that you can do is be a mum or be nurturing or play into your feminine divinity. Like that's the greatest thing you can do. Sorry,
Of course.
that's no minimization, because I think right about now being a mum is like put on such a low part. Like, oh yeah, oh she's a mum, oh my mum. Yeah, I see
so much more than that.
I see women embarrassed to say that they're stay at home mum.
Yeah, it's crazy. I see that, man.
You seen that? Them ones there? Because when they're going around the
It's
room,
crazy to me.
what do you do? Yeah, I run this business and I run that and I'm doing that and I'm doing that and all this shit that they chat. I was in a scenario like that recently. Going around the room, what do you do? And who are you? What do you do? And everyone was like, yeah, I run this and yeah, I mean, I've I do yoga classes and I run a sip and paint and I'm on the board of governors for this and it's like, fucking hell.
I love them questions.
And it got to one woman, right? And she was like, boy, I feel I'm just a mum. I was like, what do you mean just a mum?
It's the best fucking job in the
You've
world.
completed, get me? You've lapped all of these lot already. If none of these lot ain't mums and you're a mum, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Big
but
up the mumsies, man.
yeah, big up the mums. But I think, whatever, innit? Whatever. There's too much to say on that subject. That it's all pitfalls.
Yeah, so basically the girl ticked boxes.
Yeah, she ticked the boxes, man.
But then the veil came down.
Yeah, a little bit.
So then that's why it made me think it was psychological.
What do you mean psychological?
Like when you're talking about the veil, because like what else could it be?
No, because I think like this is what happens, man. Listen, man. Sometimes you meet a woman, and all you're doing is just pure walking when you meet them, The first 6 months is amazing. It's the best relationship ever. Yeah. Because guess what? You're finding out about each other. You're getting to know each other, innit? But after 6 months, or maybe sometimes sooner, man, I noticed, like me personally, my personal experiences, and that's all I can talk on, you start to see little things, innit? Slip in, innit? And you're listening and you're saying, right, okay, it's like that. Oh, that's how you feel then. Or that's who you are.
That's your view on that.
Yeah, and then you start to realise, innit? And then you just say to yourself, it isn't about, because remember, this is the other grey area. Like I'm not sitting there with a clipboard. Does she tick these boxes? Yeah. Am I going to stay? I don't do that. But at the same time, I'm so present, because of what I've been through in the past, my children and whatever, it's like I make sure that I'm very present when I meet a woman now. Like whatever's in front of me and what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, I'm on point about that.
Yeah, you're not going to...
And guess what? And I will cut you slack as well. Yeah. You can have a bad month, you can have a bad week. I ain't here to be your executioner. But let me tell you something. When it's time for me to step, if I feel like I'm going to step, I'm very clear about that. And do you know what I notice? Even in that space, man, fuck you know. What you see come out is crazy sometimes to me. But like, these are just my personal experiences. It's no one else's.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, man. They say like a human can only pretend for so long and that.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That's my point.
So ultimately, when you're looking for a partner, you want to meet someone that you can be as relaxed as possible, so you don't like you.
Yo, a man needs peace.
You know what I mean?
A man needs peace, and I think a lot of women at the moment don't realize the way you keep a man is by giving him peace. Yeah, and some women are not at peace, innit? So they can't give you peace. Just like some men are not at peace, they can't give a woman peace. And this is the thing that people need to realize: when you're in that space, give each other space.
Yeah, space is amazing, isn't it? I've been
Communication is amazing as well.
I've been banging on about space and that for ages, but fucking, like, it is what it is. Like, people just want to be all up on under each other. I was kind of talking about it a bit earlier with, like, the expectations.
I'm losing weight, you know?
The expectations due to having phones and that, you know. Now you're in a relationship and, you know, she's expecting a good morning, beautiful text and how's your day going text and, oh, bro, I saw this and thought of you text and, oh, I'm just on my way back to the text and, you know, what you doing later?
This is the game I'm talking about, yeah.
Good night text, I'm thinking of you text. And like, you know, like,
I don't mind all that, man. When you're into someone, you're into someone. But the joke is for me.
But I'm saying, like, look how long relationships have been getting before that even existed.
Yes, for sure.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I think social media and phones have proper put relationships under mad stress.
It's new. It's peer pressure. I don't want to chat to some. I don't trust me. I'm not. If me and you are going out or wearing a thing, you know.
I love the fact I could be in a room with you like all day.
Yeah.
And not say a word, and we're totally at peace.
Cool, man.
We're cool with that.
Too much
it's not like I don't want to talk to you. It's like maybe you're into what you're doing. You're reading a book.
I don't want to talk.
But for me, sometimes at the end of the day, I'll be like, I just sat in a room with you my whole day, and I never ever felt like you shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
and that's when I know I check for you.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to get rid of you in my head, because you'll never know, innit? Then I know, you know what, it ain't quite there yet.
Do you know what? Even like, I think you even want to get rid of someone that you fucking love, bruv. Like, you just, like, on a healthy one. You know this, like, when you go somewhere with your brethrens or whatever, and you know, like, for me, I go on holiday with whoever I'm going on holiday with, because we came as a unit. I definitely need some time. Okay. I definitely need some time alone.
That's an interesting
Because we've definitely come as a unit. Man, them, gal, them, whatever it is. I just want to, you man, I'm going to go, you get me? Or, see, when I go to bum my zoo by the water on my J's and take my little hour, little stroll or whatever, that's me just doing my thing. Like, sometimes I find myself in them scenarios where, like, you know, if we all got rooms in the yard or whatever, I might spend a couple hours just on my J's in my room, just chilling out.
Man. I love me time.
It becomes more important when I'm around people.
And as a man, I think you need that.
Yeah.
I think women run from that. They feel like being on their own is like, oh, man. Like,
a lot of women...
And I think women... Listen.
A lot of women come home and turn the TV on straight away.
Yeah,
you know, that type of mentality. I think TV's whack now, isn't it? Because the phone's taking over your...
You know, I was just talking to my mum about this. You know, not about this, but about something else. And my mum said, you know what it is? I said, Mum, do you... Because she's got subtitles on. I said, Mum, are you reading them? She goes, yeah, I do. And she said, you know what it is? She goes, sometimes I just like the peace and quiet. So I turn off the sound.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, you know what, go on. I understand. I can get that.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a common thing with women, you know.
But still, she's still...
Please educate me if I'm wrong.
She's still distracting herself by watching the thing.
No, she's watching something.
You're still watching something, isn't it? But
yeah.
I get it, man, because the sound...
Sometimes you don't need sound, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I've had people that have got, you know, them retreats where you go and it's pure... Or I've heard about when you submerged in the egg thing and it's like no sound for...
sensory deprivation tanks.
Anyone that I've heard that's done that, they don't like it, you know. They don't like it, you know.
Maddy,
like, my mate went to one of them places. You know, you got to be quiet for 10 days. You know, also, you know, you got to be quiet for 10 days. No one speaks.
Yeah,
you go to a retreat, yeah. My pal was out after 4 days or 3 days. I think he was out. Big up Darren. I think he was out after a day or two, if that. He's like, fuck that, mate. And I was just laughing my head off when he was telling me. I was just laughing. I was saying, I want to do that.
I've always wanted to do like a no talking for a period of time. I think that would be amazing. As a practice, I can see benefits to it. Bro, I'm buzzing.
I was going to say.
I'm buzzing. I'm getting...
But I don't want the viewer to overthink that too much.
Yeah, well, I'm buzzing.
I told you, they're good ones, you know. Big up Molly, yeah? Big up Molly. You're a good grower, man. I rate you. Yeah, I was watching the green there while you was chatting away. So where was we? This is gonna be a good one.
I saw it. Like, you know what?
We're gonna be the biggest viewers of this.
You know, I knew you was a bit buzzing. Yeah.
When?
It was about. I'm gonna say about 6 minutes ago. Like
6 minutes specifically.
Yeah, 6 because it was like a little. We both sped up for a minute. You're gonna watch it, man. There's a bit where we both chatting, and I'm thinking, right, we're animated.
I know the spot you're talking
yeah. And I laughed at myself. I was like, okay, cool. You know what I was gonna say? Yeah, watching back some of your interactions. One thing I noticed you say a lot.
Yeah.
Is you say this thing where you say, I laughed at myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I laughed to myself. I laughed at myself.
Yeah.
And you know me, like. I think I'm a little psychologist and that, innit? Yeah.
Of course, we all do.
But like I'm looking at it and I'm like, right, do you know what that means? That's a man that reflects.
Yeah,
that's a man that reflects.
I reflect a lot.
Right? And like is conscious that he's thinking the world that he's experienced, he's thinking it through. Do you know what I mean? Which allows you to see things and laugh to yourself because of maybe comparing
you know
it to something you thought before.
Listen, I identify with the youth for today, innit? I know, listen, I've been to jail. I've done some serious things. Some serious things have happened to people around me. God rest the dead. Or bless the dead, should I say. And I just remember, there was a time in my late 20s. Yeah?
I'm buzzing.
What? You're buzzing?
Oh, sorry, go on, carry
No,
on.
say what you say.
Bro, I'm buzzing. Go on, carry on.
I love this.
It just made me laugh.
Yeah,
No, you know why? Because you were saying something and it was very serious, yeah? And then I thought, rah, you bumbled a word, yeah? And I went to laugh at you bumbling a word. But I'm like, no, but what you're saying is so serious. Don't laugh.
Man,
and then I
laugh your head
started.
off,
I
man.
know, and that's why I
Laugh
laughed.
your head off.
I started laughing. I said, right, you're buzzing.
Safe space for weirdos. That's where we're at, right?
So, you were saying, you've seen.
I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying to you is, I still got to my late 30s, my 40s, and you know the anger was still there. Whatever that anger is, yeah? Like, when people always say, you're aggressive, you're this, you're that. But it's my biggest drive. So what I'm saying to you is I started to analyse all of that and say, okay, I think in England, in Western culture, a black man would start to try and dumb himself down or try and assimilate. That's never been my thing.
Definitely.
Never been my thing. Yeah, so my thing is like, and I'm not trying to say that thing is the wrong thing. I'm just saying it's not my thing. Because that's another thing we got to work out. Sometimes, because you go this way and someone goes that way, it doesn't mean
I'm not saying it's
wrong or right, yeah.
It's just not for me.
And I just knew that my anger was quite deep. And when I got to the root of that, I believe, or when I started to assess it, I realised like self-evaluation. Because remember, anything you're going through with someone, whoever they may be, or any clashes or debates or whatever, any contention, you have to be able to look in the mirror and say, all right, what did I do to bring this to this point? So when you hear me talk like that, it's because, yeah, I do. Listen, I love me the most, Enough people are looking for love out there, I love me. No one can love me more than I love me. And I realised I've always been like that, but I didn't understand it. Now I'm in the old, got kids and stuff. I understand it more.
These are thoughts that when you say out loud, you if other people are honest, they can say to you, oh, do you know what? I thought I was the only one that thought like that.
Yeah, but people are scared these days. People are just scared to talk, man.
So some of the
Especially
things
online.
that you're saying is like...
That's why I'm here. I'm here to talk the realness.
We think like that. Like I think a lot of people think like that as well. But yeah, self-love is like one of them cliche things that everyone says, oh, self-love, but it's like a deep appreciation for who you are and what you are. And this is why I often tell people that if you really look in the mirror and like who you are, like generally, you know you fucked up, you know you've done bad things, good things,
have to love
whatever.
yourself, bro.
But if you look in the mirror and love yourself, then you have to wonder, how much of this recipe would that really change?
You say some cool shit, How much of this How much of this recipe
would I
change?
actually change given the chance?
That's a really cool way of saying it.
If you love the meal now in front of you, do you know what I mean? The end result of all the how much ingredients would you change? So it's deep.
Nothing. I wouldn't change a thing.
It's deep to say that with like conviction, but I want to be more honest, yeah, and say that I might even forfeit certain aspects of my personality if that meant not experiencing or making other people experience. Because some of my life experiences have been to the detriment of others.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Of course. I hear that. That's a
Especially
really
with
that's
the
a powerful thing to say.
It's the fact, especially with all the impulsive choices I've made, violent outbursts, and the general criminal mindedness of my practices. Yeah, we've robbed, jacked, and taken a lot of things. Because our thing is them times is better me than you. I'm just like, I'm out for me. So it's a very much selfish, materialist. You know what?
Yeah, but
bruv?
you're talking about your youth, right?
Yeah,
You're just talking about your youth coming
but
up, man.
even youth and young adulthood, when we doing certain moves, we know, but we don't care because we're getting ours. We know there's a victim down the line, but we kind of don't care. As you get older, you become more aware and less. What's the word? You become less.
Are we looking
eager.
high on screen?
You become you become less eager to want to create victims in anything you do.
I think once a
Do you know
man's
what I
been to
mean?
war, yeah? Once a man's been to war,
Yeah.
and you have been to war, right? So once a man's been to war, when you come home, yeah, you're a changed man, innit? And the reality is, you can always tell who's been to war, man. I always say this thing that man hate. I say, you weren't around when the West was running. That's what I say to certain men, you know, and they hate it. But my joke is like, I'm trying to say, bruv, you still got the mask up, innit? Like, I've got to this age in my life now where I'm just laughing my head off because I'm realizing that in my life, I probably kept it the realest. You know, integrity, authenticity is a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I analyze, why is that? And then sometimes I look left and right and all I see is good friends, but I can see they've given up on where they was at. Like a lot of man, when we was younger, talking about what you're talking about, I'm segueing into that. But what I'm getting at is, as I started to get older and older and older, I'm on my path, innit? I'm on this thing, whatever this thing is, right? And I started to see left and right. When you see certain major decisions or changes that happen to people around you, for me, I kind of looked at it like, rah, so you was never about that.
You was never really on that, really.
You was just part of the
Deep
crowd.
down, you was just,
and that's not to discredit them, it's just to understand it.
It's an observation.
To like, I'm in a place like last man standing, innit?
Because I'm really about what I said I was about.
Yes, and
Okay,
guess
I come
what?
to realise.
My inner team around me
Yeah.
are just like that. And I love it. Because guess what? It keeps me in check and it keeps them in check. And iron sharpens iron, innit?
I gotta be real. I gotta think I'm probably one of them man that generally never was about that. Like when it comes down to the depth of it, it's not what I wanted. I would have just applied this passion and this intensity and whatever and integrity to anything I got involved in. So, like for instance, not saying you're talking about, but like to say like the road life. I had the ability to be the most passionate about road and rare. But really and truly, that was never really me. It was just what I fell into. Do you know what I mean?
All my time on road, and listen, I've been in some serious situations and I've got listen, it's enough man talk it, innit? My thing is this. I used to be in the middle of it and thinking, this is madness. I'd always have my own little, this is madness. I remember it got to a stage where something happened in Iron Napa, innit? And this is just before Iron Napa blew up. And something happened out there. And I was like, I remember coming on a plane home and every man was like, I said, I'm done with road, man. And every man was like, what? I said, I'm done, blood, I'm done. And everyone was like, what, you? Later? We was all on the plane. I remember us just chatting away. And I was like, no, I'm done, man. Because something happened out there where it was a very serious thing.
Yeah.
And I used to always be like, see me, I'll be in dances back in the day, man, as a youth, man. And some of the shit I see go down, man. And I just be thinking, even people that are in my team, I'm like, you know, I was never the hardest guy. I was never the softest guy. But I was never the guy. Like when we was on road, I used to meld in, but guess what? I was with the right people.
Yeah.
And I always had OGs that would just see the good in me and kind of just lift me up to the next level. That's how I look at it when I look back. And I'm still in touch with all them OGs now. Big up Benji, big up Pow, big up Sellers, big up Thomas. Yeah, I think that's enough for now. But where was I going with it? Because I'm high too, you know. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm looking at your socks and I'm laughing to myself.
Yeah, man, I can't be laughing at my socks. You know, my socks. My socks. I'm preferring not to look at my socks.
Let's get back to what's the point that I was chatting about?
No, the point you were saying was. I tried to go on that. I know the point. I did have the point, but the point is floating away. But I think you're just talking about integrity mainly.
Yeah, you're saying it wasn't really your thing.
Nah, you said that you was done with the roads. You come back from Napa.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I just remember. Why was I saying it though?
Yeah, because you just came to a realization that things.
What I was saying to you is this: any situation I was in when I was young, and I was in some very serious situations, I'd always have my own little head where I'd be thinking, this is madness. Or man next to me that I'm rolling with and I'm going to do dirt with, you know. But I'm looking at him and saying, right, you're actually a madman. But then I'm not looking at myself and saying, well, I'm with you. I'm rolling with you. But remember, you know, like as I've got older, innit, people have dropped off. And I've just started to realise, like, right, you know what? It was never about them. It was always about me.
I think the point that I was trying to make about this is to be a roadman or to be a businessman or to be whatever. I think these are just boxes.
Yes.
Right? And what you are and who you are is way bigger than any of these things. That's what I was trying to say in a subtle way by saying, you know, I was never.
You're 100%
really
right. You're 100% right.
Anywhere we could have been dropped in the Amazon. And lived this. Do you know what I mean? 1,000 years ago in the Amazon, it would have been what it is. Like, I think there's more to your essence of who you are than modern times kind of let you realize, right?
100%.
In modern times, they'll more tell you that it's nurture, and your environment shapes who you are. But I'm coming to realize that some of us would have been a certain way, regardless of where they put us and where that seed. Wherever you dash that seed, it would have grown up as what that.
That's exactly how I see it.
You know what I mean?
Exactly how I see it.
Maybe a bit different, maybe a bit rare, but the core of it.
Like, because remember, you know, what will happen is you'll be in a space when you're younger where you're not agreeing with people, but you still have that burning desire inside you to say, no, I feel like I'm right. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You know what I mean? The arguments
You don't know where it comes from because
you don't know where it comes
against
from. My
everything
thing was
around you.
this: when the whole thing with Miss Dynamite, all of that stopped. After I just booked a load of flights, brother, and went to St. Lucia. I remember I booked 7 tickets, but I went in search. My dad's history, my mum's whatever, to see what I need to find because I realised I wasn't getting it around me. To be honest with you, I looked at everyone around me like I realise now in hindsight, which is the best teacher, right? But I look back and I realised, right, you know, you're just outgrowing everyone in that moment. You had to go overseas, like sometimes
you just need new
experiences.
New experiences, man, and
But enough people don't do that,
they don't.
and they need to. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, needs a big word, you know, Des. And it's
what
like,
word should I use?
No, I'm just
No, I
saying.
get it, I get it. I love the way you break
needs a
shit down.
big word. Like
Yeah.
when we say, "Oh, you need,"
Yeah.
this is now us talking to us again because you know how beneficial it was for you. But then when you
People
look,
should.
I would just say, you know what? It might. I think it might benefit you, but whatever. Because maybe not. Because you know them. You know that one that lived in that cul-de-sac and in that village their whole fucking life. The peaceful fucking lovely life that they've had.
Good point,
And the peace of mind that they've had, you know,
But
in Colchester.
Do you see anyone like that here? I don't see that here. I see that foreign, but I don't
I'm
see that
just
here.
saying, there's someone in Emmerdale Farm who they've...
My
they-
mum watches that every day.
What? Was that even, I'm trying to think of somewhere proper English.
I know what you mean.
Somewhere
Colchester.
Cornish.
Colchester's cool.
I swear Colchester's not enough because I remember I went to Liquid and Envy in there.
Where can we say? Where
I
can we
went
say?
to Liquid
Bedford?
and Envy
What about
in
Bedford?
Colchester with Gunman.
Yeah.
So it's not removed enough. Yeah.
You're funny.
I mean, hey, yo, Colchester, you know, bro, it's a mad trip. And we was there spending bare fake £50.
Oh shit! Can you remember that? I used to love going out of town, getting rid of fake 50s and 20s. Like, oh shit!
Hey, some of my best memories, bro, is the 50s and 20s.
And it's always the Chinaman that catches you out, you know, because he's on it as well, isn't it? Chinaman's
know
run you
what?
down the road, you know, like it's his money, you know.
Bro, one day we went to a Shrooms somewhere. Even if I could remember, I shouldn't really say where it was. And we was just like, yeah, £50, £20. So the thing that man was on was like, yo, oh, go on, babes. What you saying? Hey, listen, go get you and your brethren a drink. Get me? Yeah.
He's Negroes,
I'm in the shadows in there. But I'm moving like I'm Daddy Mac. The guy's like, bro, sit down.
Just happy to go and get a drink.
Yeah.
Little fucker.
Come.
Go get a drink then.
Yeah, obviously, just run back my change and
Yeah.
and we was running that all night until one time. I remember I'm there. I'm with my brethren Maria. I think I was with South. I think South was there on this one.
Big up, South.
And then the chick come over and was like, did you just pay for my sister and Rare to get some drinks? And I was like, what were you talking about? Rare says, no, because like some brothers pay for these lot to get drinks, and now the bar manager's calling police because they didn't think, and he's saying that there's bare fake money being spent. I said, I don't know. She said it was
That's
a
your
tall
exit
brother.
moment. That's your exit moment. I'm scared to
She's
say
gone
that.
over there. She's gone over there. We gone this way and cut out. Bro, they've shut the whole fucking rave down, bro.
Yeah, to catch the people.
Yeah,
innit?
catch the people.
Remember, it's the Queen's faces on that.
Bro, yeah. Big
Come
up,
on,
man. That was a good time. That was good fucking time, bro. Set a man got 37 years. Not from that, obviously, but set a man that was rolling with us that day. They ended
That's
up
the
doing
one
a
thing
bad
I
move,
noticed, yeah.
and
Like,
they went down for 37.
you know, like life used to be like 10, 15 years, yeah. Then it went up to like, I've seen courts, they was giving people scores. But now they're dishing out 35s and 40s, man. It's mad.
Yeah, because the people are calling for tougher and tougher things to make them feel safer. But it's like, bro, at the end of the day, all right, let's switch it quickly. What's the price for a life, bro?
I wouldn't even know how to
It's
answer
hard
that.
to be in that. See, this is what I'm saying. 'Cause we're not supposed to be judges, but like you're in the community, and this is happening in the community. How do we deal with this, bro?
Listen, it happens a lot in Jamaica. I see it in Jamaica, I see it in Africa as well. I like self-policing, man. I'm a big fan of self-policing.
Yeah. I mean, I am too. I am a big fan. But how do we get, you know, it can be a scary thing. You know, there's a way of looking at it where it seems like it's quite like primitive or not refined and impulsive, when we shouldn't really look at it. They call it jungle justice to get you to associate it with some animalistic kind of thing, but actually a lot of cultures have got like a very refined way of dealing with these things. But I'm just saying, if we have this 17-year-old boy who's taking the life of the James's 17-year-old boy, and we're the council of elders and man them, what do you think?
Boy, listen.
What's the price?
That's a good question. Do you know what? Earlier I saw a post that someone put up. It really touched me, and it was like a load of old men. I think it's somewhere like Kazakhstan. I should find it. I sent it to a few people. I think I sent it. It's a load of men in the middle of the street, just on their knees. They're all in their 80s, 90s. Looks like to me 70s, 60s. And they're actually, there's about, I think maybe about 15, 20 of them. And they're kneeling before another man. And the reason they're doing that is they're asking for forgiveness because one of their youngers killed one of his family.
Oh, swear down.
So I've never seen that before.
Swear down.
And
So you've got all the men on their knees.
So all the men from that side of the family
mad.
turn up at you, where you are,
Yeah, to
and they all
humble
get on their
themselves.
knees to humble them, and every one of them say sorry to you. And I was like, right, that's beautiful, you know.
That's fucking deep.
So it kind of answers what you're saying, like
But that's, you know, that works in cultures where character and
integrity.
what's the word though? Reputation. You know, honor. Basically, the raw word is honor, isn't it? Where honor means something, bruv. We're dishonorable over here. We don't care what you think.
I think we've been desensitized.
But we don't have a sense of honor over here.
I think there's people that do, but I think there's more that don't.
There's more than that. Yeah, no. I always talk, when I talk in the generals. I talk in the generals, I like to say we, even if I think I'm removed from it.
I'm feeling troublesome, but I think women don't really have honor. There's not a lot of women that have honor, brother. I don't think. Personally, myself, I'm like, women got everything until they don't get what they want, and it's like, right, all goes out the window.
Women will say that man don't have honor because man cheat, and this is their programming, right?
Well, yeah, I've never cheated.
Huh?
I've never cheated. If I've been with I think I've been with 2 women in my life.
I think I've been with.
No, I've been like just 2
do you
women that I
think
took seriously in my
Do you
life.
think you've been with?
I've been with hundreds of women, thousands of women.
So
but I'm saying,
when you're saying you think you've been,
so yes, wrong word.
Alright, cool.
And I like the way you check me on that.
No, I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to
I want
understand what you meant by that.
You're a scholar. You're a proper scholar. That's what I like about you. But
good. Yeah.
yeah,
so
there's
you've
2
never-
women in my life that I
Yeah.
can say I've took seriously,
Yeah.
and I'm saying when shit hit the fan, everything they made up they wasn't.
They're not.
Like it was like if you don't care about that,
It's the danger.
which is fine. Which is fine. You got to learn.
It's a danger, man. With
not
some
fun,
sisters, they say, because it's like where you may be the hard form, the solid form, and they may be the liquid form. Their job, their role is to kind of be molded around whatever you are, right? So liquid will always take on the form of whatever its
Good point.
vessel is, right? But once that vessel's smashed, then the liquid will return to Yeah, I mean, this may be one of the
You put up a
dangers.
post one time and made me burst out laughing. It was something you said about.
I hope I made sense with what I just
No,
said.
you did.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
totally.
you know
To
what I mean?
me, you did. And I'm high, so hopefully.
I know what I was trying to say, though. Yeah, go on.
I don't even think he's listening to us.
Nah, he's got.
Sorry, I've got to split this one.
He's got some stuff that he's been typing. That's it. Des gets up again. You get me? Second time in.
No, do you know what it is?
Des leaves again. Hey, this is the trailer. Des leaves. No, fucking sorry. And watch. Watch the snippet.
All you got to do is what I said about women got no honor. That's
Yeah,
it.
and then just
Fucking
leave.
hell, leave.
Bruh.
That's it.
But yeah, I don't know about it saying women. If you say women ain't got honor, some women would say, well, men ain't got honor for.
Yeah, but it's
their
all for different
behaviour.
reasons, right?
You said you don't cheat.
No, I've never.
never-
That's what I'm saying. That's
never
thank you.
cheated.
I was saying there's 2 women that I've had serious relationships with in my lifetime, and I never cheated on them women. That's what I'm saying.
So those must have been some really long relationships then.
Nah, one was 6 years, 6.5 years, produced 3 beautiful daughters, and one was maybe 4.5 years. But that's when I was doing
You
the
ain't even
stand.
got nothing under your belt. You ain't got no. You ain't even got.
Nah, I ain't
10.
got no years with
you
no-
ain't even got a 10 under your belt.
No, not with no woman sitting.
Bro, Des,
Can I say something? Yeah?
Swear
Can I-
down, bro.
No, but it's not.
Swear
I don't.
down. Now, what do you mean? You ain't got a 10 under your belt, bro?
But
Big
what's
you,
that
you
mean?
know.
What's that mean?
Like
What's that mean?
Yeah. What's it mean?
Do you know what it is? I saw a post yesterday.
Yeah, are you surprised? Are you surprised he ain't got a 10 under his belt? A bit, innit? Like, come on, Des. What's going on?
Yeah, but what do you
6
mean?
is your
I thought-
longest.
Yeah, 6.5, I think.
Yeah, so you're the issue, Des. We got to chat to you.
No. Why do you think there's an issue?
Why are you afraid of commitment, Des?
I'm not afraid of commitment.
What are you running from? Hey, don't make me turn therapist.
What do you call him? What do you call yourself? The black Terry Wogan.
Yeah, talk show. So no, because the women, I can hear what the women are asking.
What are they asking?
How come you ain't maintained a longer relationship than 6.5
Because you know what,
years?
bruv? Like, it's hard. I think putting 2 humans together of the opposite sex and saying you're going to be together for the rest of your life is fucking madness when you think about it. When you really logically think about it. But remember, it's not about being logical.
Okay, what about your side? Let's go to your side.
My side.
What's your red flags, Des?
Why you want to know?
I don't know. Listen.
My red flags. No,
See, yeah.
What was the question? No, the first question
No,
was,
I want to know what's your
why
red flag.
I haven't been in a longer relationship. That's what you're saying.
Based on your red flags. Because you can easily
good
tell us
question.
about the other lot and women are hard and difficult, but is there anything about you that might be keeping you from a longer lasting relationship?
I think that
Big
would
man
be
question there,
No,
you
I
know.
think it's a big man question, and I think it's relevant if that's what I was looking for.
This is.
I'm going to answer it,
Yeah, that's
but I'm
fine.
like, do you know what it is? I said this to a woman recently. I said, you know, I don't wake up in the morning and think I need to find love. I need to find the woman. I've never done that in my lifetime, but I know a lot of people do that.
I know a lot
They
of
do
women.
that, like-
a lot of women do
lot of
that.
women-
Say it.
a lot of
You
women
trying to say-
do that.
You trying
A
to
lot-
be PC? I trying to say a lot of people. What you
But
do,
these days, men are doing it
Men are
too.
doing it too. I knew
You
exactly what you meant
metrosexual
by that.
motherfuckers. Like, you get me? Men
Maybe
are
today
doing
will
it
be
too.
man's waking up like
want a
Aladdin
woman, man.
and that like
I want a woman, man. I need a woman to be complete. Look at the right woman. I'll be okay.
to complete me. Okay, cool, but you know, you're cynical, bro.
I'm not. Where did you get that from? Break it down.
I don't know where I just threw
You're just
that out
being
there.
you're
You're
like
right.
Pope.
Yeah, I just
You're
threw it. I just
terrible,
threw
man.
that. I threw it out there.
You're not the black Terry Wogan.
Nah, I am.
But
with some extra spice, like you know. I
You're
don't
the
know why I
black
threw that
Jonathan
word.
Ross.
Nah, I don't like them.
I know, but that's what you are at the moment with your little poking and thing, and your little jokes.
Give me
Who?
Piers Morgan. Give me Piers
Yeah,
Morgan.
all right, I'll give you
He's
Piers
a
Morgan.
fucking G. I do Piers Morgan because Piers Morgan can bust joke with you,
Yeah, he's a
very
G, he's a
rare, but
fucking
then
G.
also he
He's a
can be
powerful geezer
cutthroat.
now. Powerful G.
Yeah, he's a good interviewer. He's all right. When he's under pressure with certain man, I feel like then his bias gets exposed. This one thing that I
felt like
make
Andrew
me-
Tate handled him well. I haven't seen
Mohammed
a lot of
Hijab fucking dealt with him.
Who?
Mohammed Hijab, a Muslim
Yes.
speaker, he dealt
And
with him.
then Low Key.
Badded
What's
him
his
up.
name? Who's the rapper? Is it
Low Key. Big up Low Key
Yeah,
as
big
well.
up Low Key, man. I
yeah.
thought he handled him really well.
But Mohammed Hijab badded him.
I'm
Like
gonna
in
go back and
the,
watch
you know, in the sense of you little boy. I can't remember what he said. He said something very rare. It was him and another rabbi.
So let's get back. What was he saying about women? There's something you was asking me. Why haven't been in a
I'm
relationship
all
long
over
enough?
this. Yeah,
bro.
why- yeah.
Like I say, pans out, innit? When you've had enough, you had enough, you know. I'm one of them guys, innit? When I would just sit with
But
people.
that's not even that's not even the example you were raised on.
No, my mum has only ever been with my father, rest his soul.
Right. So
like, yeah, maybe that's the issue. Maybe I'm seeing that and knowing that at the age I'm at and where I'm at, it doesn't compare.
you don't want that.
No, it's not that I don't want it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I have so much reverence for it and rate it.
That it will never be that. Because any woman you've been with has got a long enough. So basically you should have started early and found one and just locked it down.
I think there's an argument for that, but I'm like, I don't wake up in the morning thinking about these kind of things.
Okay, but you see how, do you think our cultures or lack of cultures have led us to these scenarios where man's at certain ages, men and women at certain ages, and they ain't got their partner, where in other cultures where you're more guided towards do that from early, that's kind of less of a worry for that generation. They just already got their, I was married at 20, you know what I mean?
Like Indians, Chinese, like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, all them other things.
I see benefits in it.
I see benefits.
I see a lot of benefits in it, but at the end of the day,
and some Africans and
is there any
whatever,
human that's
but
the same? Would you say? Out of 7 billion, 9 billion, whatever, is there anyone that's the same?
You know what, bruv? Don't ask me these questions on mushrooms, you know,
I'm
if you don't want
asking,
to.
man, I'm asking, I'm starting.
Hey, don't. Hey, you ready?
No, because
I'm out to phone, man. Hey, don't get this. Listen, Des, easy now. It's Sunday, you know. It's Sunday, easy now. But yeah,
we're coming for them.
Is any person the same? I would say this, you know, Des.
No, it's the answer.
Nah, do you know what, Des? I hear you, but I think human beings think they're so special.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And I think this is our gift and our curse. But sometimes we think we're so special, we don't realise that there's people that have sat down and mapped out the types of personalities. There's only so many personalities that people are going to come up with, and that can be mapped out. Boom, 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 boom. I reckon there's like 7 core archetypes of man and woman. And then within them, there's subsections, and depending on where you're put in the world or what scenarios are put around you, people can pretty much determine what you're gonna how you're gonna respond. You're like a seed. Yo, this is Kush, but you see what? If you draw, I'm drawing you in because you know about this shit. I'm now gonna chat bare shit to show you I don't know nothing, right? But you see this Kush seed. If you grow it with this hydroponic setup,
big up nines.
yeah. If you grow it with this hydroponic,
Quick while you're ahead.
if you grow it with this hydroponic setup, it's gonna yield this. If you grow it with that, it's gonna rare. If you put this and that in the feed, you're gonna get this type of reaction from it. So I feel like us humans, we're similar to that.
You know the one answer I got to your question.
Wait though. But we're similar to that. So I think that you can be smart enough to map out how humans are going to respond to certain stimuli. Meaning that as much as we are individuals, and there's always going to be a free radical that you can never calculate, majority of us, and I say us in that royal us way, actually pretty simple and pretty easy to fucking work out what we're going to do. Hence why we're being controlled the way we are on a mass basis.
Marketing.
So
I get it.
You get what I'm trying to say? So yes, we are individuals, and yes, but at the same time, collectively, I think I think an AI program could easily wrap up what we're and who's gonna try and do something different and contain all them little places. So I don't think that we're that individual or that unreadable. I think we're actually quite readable. If you
Do you think you are?
See, this is what I said. Every individual thinks that they're not. Yeah, I think I'm quite readable. If you're studying me as a being, one of my weaknesses and one of my strengths is that I'm transparent. So you will actually see, he's not happy with that, or he don't like that, or he don't. If you know me, you can see.
I think we identify on that level.
Yeah,
still.
it's very hard to actually. So that can be.
So when you're asking me why I haven't lasted so long in a relationship, that's your answer.
Because you're too transparent.
Yeah, I'm just transparent. Like, listen, my dad, rest his soul, yeah? I watched...
I like how you let me go all the way around.
No, because you answered it yourself.
I went here to the universe. I was doing all of this. fucking
it yourself.
epiphanies
Yeah, you
about,
done it right.
individuality
Yeah,
and
yeah.
humanity, and you're like, yeah. So chat about the gal again. You brought it right back.
No, because-
reminded me.
Everything you're saying is the brilliance of how you explain things, isn't it?
Mm.
And people need to see that because I think like the way you look at things is proper different.
I was like,
But
I
makes
felt
sense.
I went somewhere. He's like, yeah. So bring that back to
No,
this
but
is-
what you was explaining
was all
is
part of
why
that.
I probably haven't been in a relationship for longer than that. Because sooner or later, yeah, you're always gonna know if I'm not happy on something. It's not like I have to, like I'm not someone that's gonna everything has to stop.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what I always remember, this is my personal experience. It's not, and this is, I have 3 beautiful daughters with a woman, and I just remember like, right, is this what I got to put up with for the rest of my life? Like, is this what you're telling me? Like, I thought you was gonna change a bit. Like, when I say change,
yeah,
adapt. Like, what's it called? Progress is the right word.
grow.
Grow's the right word. Grow.
I thought we'd grow together.
Yeah.
And
Listen, a lot of relationships are not people growing together, you know, bro.
yeah, this is the
A
problem.
lot of
now.
relationships are codependency relationships, you know.
So going back to what
Don't
we
even
said,
start
you
me
know,
off.
Des, you know.
Don't start me off.
Hey,
you know.
Des,
Right.
going back to what we said, you know.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if we could like go back, the best thing would have been, you know what, mum and dad just pick me a fucking woman.
Nah,
Like
I
from
don't-
a
I
good
don't agree with
family.
that, man.
You don't think so?
Just so you don't know, I'm rubbing this on my foot. Yeah, my foot.
You
'Cause
don't think
everyone's
so?
gonna think I'm just doing mad shit. No, listen to me. Listen,
Alright.
your life is your life. So guess what? Do you think I want to wake up as a baby and my life's set for me already, man? And what I know of life now as an older man, that's the worst thing. It's like you're in a cage, you're a hamster in a hamster wheel.
But we are. That's the truth.
Yeah, we all are.
That's the
differently.
truth.
But you know what?
In a way,
Greatness happens within that when
both
you
can
your
exist.
freedom.
Both can exist. But I just feel like, you know, if our cultures removed us going through, because
But you know, it's all based around.
Let me say this. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of energy and time is put around us finding a partner and is she the right one? In a lot of other cultures,
You know, waste time. With
not well. Just remember the royal us. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because individually we can always talk about what we do individually, but I'm saying as we stand as part of society from our where we are. So I'm linking my background, your background, rare. A lot of it is about find a partner. Is she the right one? Is she gonna be loyal? Rare. And I think in some other cultures, it's just like, yo, boom, that's settled. That's already sorted. Like I call this the Steve Jobs approach, right?
Yeah.
Steve Jobs, famous for wearing the same clothes every day. You know, he gave
Doing amazing things.
he gave a legendary reasoning for why he does that because it's just one less thing to bother about in a day. Like,
'cause he's
so I
going
can-
somewhere
yeah.
else. Yeah.
See, this is what I mean in terms of having these relationships set for us from early,
okay.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
You got less. We're not worried about that side of things now because that's been set. You know what I'm trying to say?
But
That
you know,
could
as
have
I've
been a
got
good
older,
thing.
do you know, I realise variety's the spice.
Nah,
of
look
life,
at you,
know.
man. You just love it, bruv.
I love women,
You just-
though, man. I love women. So I feel like
You just love
if I was ever gonna be in a perfect scenario, it would probably be in a Muslim faith. Because you know what, you can have more than one wife.
Yeah.
I mean enough wife.
No, I respect that.
No, that's a joke I'm busting.
No,
but
it's not a joke.
I look at
No,
women and I say
it's
to
not a
myself,
joke, it's the
right, you know
truth.
what, a man is meant to go around the world and meet all different types of women.
I hear you, man.
That's what I think.
I hear you,
You're
man.
meant to, man, to grow as a man.
Yeah, I like the way you said meet them.
Yeah, meet
Yeah,
them, man,
yeah.
because not everyone... Listen, no, I'm not dodging nothing in
No,
here.
I'm not saying you are.
Let me make something
We're
clear.
talking as
Not
men,
every
but we
fucking fruit
understand.
you must pick, you know.
We get that.
And my power...
But we
my
still
power
go to the
in my-
market.
I'm still fond of them.
But
I still pick them up.
listen, not every
I
fruit
rub
you must
them.
pick. But I still got my satchel.
squeeze from the tender.
Yeah, I still got my satchel, car. You never know. There might be one that I do wanna. I'm just saying, I hear you,
Yo,
bro.
I'm gonna mark it regular. I'm gonna mark it regular.
Market, yeah.
Yeah,
with a big trolley and that.
I got a big truck. Jump in the back.
Try it to the back. Try it to the back.
Try it to the
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
Try
yeah.
in the back, man. You can live for her. You can live for her.
Fair enough. Hey.
The tailgate back, man.
Yeah,
open.
but real talk though, man. I fully understood what you were saying. It's just there's certain things I'm reading.
No, but
in
you got
between.
it in your own time, and you know what? I don't think I could have explained it the way you have. That's why I just shut my mouth and I
cut
said,
me
right,
up,
you've
man.
come back round. That's the beauty
hear
of
you,
mushrooms, man.
I hear you.
They make you just feel the energy of what's going on. Rather
So I don't
than
know if
speaking.
you lot are feeling any, because I'm trying not to address you lot, but I'd still want to let you lot know that yeah, I'm buzzing. I think this is gonna come out. in clips.
I've come here with 2 grams of mushrooms. Big up Molly, yeah. And this is a lady who grows them in England, and I met her, and she's fucking cool, man.
When we say no about advertising, because I want to big people up, but then I don't know
big up
whether.
Molly, but do you know what? That's all her name is, Molly. It's just illegal, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Okay. Yeah. Well,
But she's
listen. What I would like
grows
to
good
say
product,
to you
man.
is stick to the laws and the statutes of your land that you're in.
Yes,
And
of course.
Check out if you're
Of course,
unsure.
don't do nothing illegal.
Right. If you're not sure about what's it, don't follow us. You get me? 'Cause you don't even know where this is shot. Do you know what I mean? So don't follow us, but just stick to the stick to the laws of your land. And if you're unsure, you know, gov.net will probably put it in the right
Or just blame Des, innit? Blame Des.
Yeah,
Blame
don't
Big
be not
Red Des,
blaming
innit?
Des while he's on the show with Jeds, because we're not doing that. But yeah, man. So just a bit mash up.
So what was we saying? That was all about that.
Yeah, it was all a big.
It's about why I haven't been in a relationship longer.
That was just the opener.
I just remember looking to the left and saying, "Blood Clark, you're really gonna be like this."
Yeah, you crack
I just remember thinking that.
That's it.
I remember, like, but you know when you get to that stage in life, you're just looking at it saying,
All right, this
"Wow,
me.
this is what it is, yeah." Okay, so and this is what I'm trying to say about relationships. I'm like looking at my dad with my mum, 59 years, married 56,
Wow.
and my dad was a humble man. That's all I can say. He let my mum run riot. You know, he let my mum rule the roost. Bless her as well.
And
Strong Irish woman.
if you're that type of brother, then be that kind of brother.
I'm
but
not
if
that
you're
type of
not
brother.
that, yeah.
And I think I grew up watching it saying, blood clot, not me, you know. I remember I'm a Jamaican, you know. That movie there, because I'm St. Lucian Irish. I'm not, there's nothing Jamaican about me. But that culture and the rebelliousness of it, it resonated with me from young. I wasn't a man wearing click suits and I had my little bally shoes and that, but I wasn't really like, what's that guy? Who's the MC that we always big up? The one who I said, everyone hates him in London, but he's big up.
M dot.
I wasn't an M dot.
But you can't be. Anyway.
Of course you can't. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
can't be
really
an M
for
dot. But
big up M dot. I rate you, brother. I'm not gonna lie. I rate you.
I don't even know where I just keep my mouth closed on these things. More time. If I ain't got jokes to run, I just keep my mouth closed. You know what I mean?
Just speak your mind.
No, but like I think, unfortunately, people are very much entertained by my external expressions of my thoughts. But as we mature, I find that less. I feel like less is more.
Humble in spirit.
Like if you watch me, because I've done a lot of speaking over the time. If you watch me, you can see that I've slowed down even how I speak, when I speak. Even that, you say to me, oh yeah, you're like a Carla or something. I used to be mad on that. I think that would be a buzz. And we call that intellectual masturbation, bruv.
Terras.
Right?
I've never heard that before in my life.
It's a terminology of people that just like to hear.
Say that
just
again.
like intellectual masturbation. You just want to play with your own fucking mind in public and watch everyone. You know what I mean? You're stroking yourself off.
I see a post
know.
earlier today.
You know what I
because
mean?
that's what it is.
Oh, I know all of this and all that big words and I think when you find something new, you see the enthusiasm and you become enthusiastic. As you mature in things, you kind of leave that for the younger generation. Mag was here earlier and we were talking about his event that he had, the art event, and I was talking about some black power, black issues type of things, and he was like, yeah, them sisters there, I know where they are in their journey.
Yes.
And you just have to enjoy it and just let them do their thing. Because I feel like even when my brethren first met the Dean, Islam, Aki this, Aki nam, inshallah, like basically the whole thing is, I'm Muslim. Same with Christian friends and that, like even South, and I'm Christian. And then at some point, I feel like you get that rounding off where it's like, okay, this is now not just a new experience. You lot spoke about this with jiu-jitsu and that. This is a lifestyle. So like,
100%.
right? And now it's like you don't have to go in every room talking about jiu-jitsu.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
Or the
right.
gym man that's just constantly talking about weights. Brother, where? You get me?
Yeah, if you're into religion, me personally, like there's a part of me that just shuts off in it. When I say shuts off, sorry, tell it wrong way I broke it down. I'll put you in a certain box. It won't mean I don't respect you or whatever. It just means, oh, you're there. Let me put you there. Because I know there's certain conversations I can't have with you. Because they, or even if I try, your views are based upon a religion. Like your founding, where you're coming from is religion, innit? Your faith and all of that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think I can have genuine conversations with people that are trapped like that.
Boy, it's a big
That's
one.
my personal.
No. I hear you. For me,
And it comes from experience as well.
I think I've had enough experience with different types of people for me to realize, okay, if you're open-minded or you're seeking the truth, regardless of what you're into, that will be apparent in the conversation. If you are just seeking just to only confirm what you think you already know, that will also become apparent. So those people there, I can't chat with for too long because it's like we're not going to get nowhere. I'm not trying to convince you of anything, but at the same time, if I do have something that's worth you knowing, you ain't going to take it on board.
Because of where you're at.
I
call it a bullshit radar, bullshitometer. Or, my radar. I'm like, I've always gone through life using my own personal radar. And my radar is pretty on point, I believe. There's times that it hasn't been, obviously, but there's times that it is. And I smell the bullshit real quick, man.
I've gone full circle.
Maybe that's a strong term, saying bullshit, but I read well.
I came from a religious background,
What faith was it?
Let's just call it Christian. Jehovah's Witness, though, right? Let's just call it Christian.
Do you know what I used to do? Jehovah's Witness, can I just say, side note? Every time they knocked on the door, I'd be like, one minute. Come in. And I just go downstairs and I go, Dad, your brother's at the door. I can't remember his name, and I never want to let him in,
And your dad would go up and fucking cuss
Half an hour later, my dad would come back down and say, "You little bastard."
And you know, in a long convo.
He's too humble. He's too polite.
Yeah.
Me? Boom! I just shut the door in your face. Like, now, come to my door with your fuckery, man.
Now, anyway, so, where was I going with this? The reason why I was saying this is, started off religious, or from a religious upbringing, and then getting to a point where you think you've kind of outgrown, or, you're going to experience the world now for yourself. You look around the world very rare, and then I think something hit me at a certain level of pondering. I came to the conclusion that, Raj, you know what? Foundation, whether it was accidental or not, a lot of this shit leads all the way back. So what I've observed is people walking away from faith, walking away from religion, going into atheism, going into worldlyism, going into hippieism, going into the Eastern mysticism, and all of these other things. Oh, I'm into Tantra, I'm into tarot, I'm into this, I'm into Jah, I'm into whatever. And then the universe. And somehow they just slowly go full circle and come straight back to the realization that, hold on, if I read this shit differently, it was been saying this from the beginning. The religions, them, have been, a lot of them, and this is what I meant by, I've met men that are Muslim or Christian, and they have a certain stance, and it's very rare, and it's cool, it's whatever, it's their thing. And then I've also seen another set of people, humans that exist out there in the world, and their understanding and their relationship with these texts are so much different. Don't let them people put you off, bro. Like, that's what I would say. I
think you're 100%
I would
right,
say,
man.
you know what?
That's what I like to go in that space.
These books are here for a reason.
100%.
Like,
listen, like I say,
but what
the
the
Bible,
reason
all of them,
is, someone say it's for control.
Yeah, of course.
I'm saying, okay, but whoever deems
what's the basis of all wars?
It's not religion, bruv.
Nah, religion's
Nah,
solid
it
in
ain't,
there.
man. That's so false, bruv.
Why do you think that's false?
I just think that's fucking false, bruv.
I think you find it everywhere in
it's not the basis of all. No, it ain't.
Maybe that's a strong
because you know what? We got
the
Muslim
basis.
nations going against each other, Christian nations going warring each other. Like a lot of it is the lack of actual religious belief.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is, like, when you look at a lot of these situations, it'll be one side's this way in religion, one side's this way in religion, and when it comes down to the base level that you're going in the streets, why'd you hate them? It's just like it's all based in religion, man. A lot of it, faith.
I think that's lazy.
Why is it lazy?
I think it's
see
lazy
it with my own eyes.
Yeah, I think they're being lazy. We're being lazy.
Oh yeah, them. Yeah, I get that.
If we analyze it like that, it's laziness. It's easy, but it's really deep. It's way deeper than that a lot of the time. But yeah, I hear you. Religion is one of the factors. Race, tribe, blah, 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 blah. One of the, just difference, isn't it?
Which is why when you
Just
go back to the
difference.
beginning of when we was talking, I'm human.
I hear you.
That's my talk for people now. When you want to come with this talk, I say, oh, well, I'm a human. Are you a human? All right, let's start there. You get me? You get what I'm saying?
Let's start there.
Let's
I
just
can't
start
even
there.
confirm my humanity. It's deep.
Yeah, you're human, man.
Yeah, I mean.
But I'm looking at you all talk over it. I'm saying, right, all this. I've been seeing all this shit over the week. Can 100 man beat a gorilla?
Bro, man.
I'm saying maybe 10 Jedis can.
Nah, not 10 Jedi's, but like, what do you generally think that 100 man
I don't give
will
a
get
fuck.
wiped out?
I don't give a fuck.
What did I say, bro?
I don't
but
give a fuck. That's my answer to that.
Just the truth is, you
I got
don't.
more pressing things in my life to be looking at that. It makes me laugh. And it's in a little video when they make the how many. They make 1,000 man or 2,000 man come against 100 gorillas. Have you seen that little video?
But you know what this is, though?
Fucking hilarious.
This is like I spoke about it on my 2 pence, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I said this is something that I literally deliberately have gone out of my way
Mm-hmm.
not to chat about,
Mm.
not to entertain, because I could see the fuck. I could see
It's fuckery.
It's fucking but
taking up your time in life.
Hey, bruv, you know what's so
You know,
deep?
go
though?
look after your
You know-
kids,
you know
man. Go
what's so
do
deep?
something. Go
You
do
know-
that shit.
You
Go
know
do some
what's so deep?
sit-ups. Do
It's
something.
so fuckery, and like
But
I
you know-
refuse to speak about it, and now I'm speaking about it. You've refused to. You're not entertaining it, but I've now drawn you in, and this is like it's like an experiment. It's like I can see them dropping.
It's a
4
social experiment.
Social.
Whoever put it out there is fucking genius.
Nah, but it's not about who put it out there. It's who's perpetuating it, right? And why.
But isn't
And
it
it's
just loose out there? It's not like anyone's perpetuating it.
I don't see. This is where I'm.
No, man,
Yeah,
bro, let's go, man. Let's go,
this
man.
Is where we part
Show
ways,
them the
brother.
gem. You come on, let's
Because
go.
no, I'm just like.
Who's perpetuating? The one thing I noticed with you, and I love it, but this is what I was going to say earlier. Who's devising all this big plan?
It's cool, and I think what's amazing is there's a name of this effect. Yeah, I don't know. I don't go deep into these names and that, but there's a name of this effect, and it basically is an effect of an unknown known. There's things that we don't know,
sure.
and therefore we don't even imagine that we don't know. Right? Right? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's Samuel Jackson said that.
What you call it?
Nah, it's not.
Break that down again
Yeah,
to me.
he said there's known knowns.
And there's unknown, yeah, but
unknowns,
he
and
got it
there's
from
unknown
somewhere.
unknowns.
No. There's Samuel Jackson just quoting what I'm quoting. Like in 10 years' time, someone's gonna say, "Yeah, a brother called Jedi said it." Like, yeah, I heard that. Jedi. But it's not him. But
You'll
anyway,
definitely be talked about in eons, bro. I
but
believe.
the point I'm trying to say is, as long as we don't fathom someone has sat down and calculated this before us, he's out the picture, and that's like the fourth wall effect.
I respect that. Listen, I understand
But
what you're saying,
there's-
and I agree with
but
what you're
for
saying.
some
you know.
reason,
yeah.
somebody knew when you take this tree bark and you take this and you mix it for this amount of time, you get this effect.
Yeah, of course.
And you sit down and you pray and you think, how the fuck did someone work that out? I don't know, but people be working shit out. Cause do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and the thing is, we're so wrapped in us being so individual with the way we think and feel. We don't like no. Someone's actually mapped that shit out 100 years ago. Go look for a book. There's a book on it. Humans think this way. Rare. 1,000. You get 1,000 people, and you ask them to pick a blue ball or an orange triangle. 70% of people will go for orange triangle. Why? And they'll break it. They know that shit. I don't know. But what I do know is there's a lot of this stuff that is already mapped out. So when we look at the world, we don't know why we like the smell of fresh bread. But someone's mapped that out and is pumping it in your
I like it because it
supermarket.
smells fresh, and I like it.
But I mean,
Yeah.
before we knew we liked it, somebody had already created the smell and patented it.
But I'm saying
And,
when you're
and
a child,
owns a
alright.
factory
Alright, when you're a
that
child now,
owns a factory that creates this aroma of fresh bread, and they package it around the world. Someone's already mapped that out and made money out of
I'm on
it.
a podcast, man. I'm on a podcast. I'll call you in after.
Alright, man. Big up.
Big up Petal. Big up Petal.
Big up Petal.
Big up Petal.
Yeah, he's calling you right back, Petal. Don't worry, man.
Petal.
But anyway, I like to see the childish side of Des. You know, it's nice, man. Cause you don't think he's grumpy or something. He ain't.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
grumpy,
grumpy,
but
man.
you know what it is? I'm
He's just
grumpy.
him.
I'm grumpy around ignorance, man. You know what I mean? I'm grumpy around
I'm
ignorance,
not
man.
getting into that. All of that. I'm not getting into all of that.
I'm grumpy
Really?
around, like, you know, young boys, young bucks. That's what I'm grumpy around. Yeah, I just silence myself now, but you know, like,
I don't know.
what do you call it? Den of wolves. So
We're not
certain
even
man-
chatting about that. We're not even chatting about that.
Well, let's talk about lions then. Yeah, I'm not talking about a pride of lions, just lions. Whole heap of lions just buck each other in the ends. Yeah, Serengeti say. When certain pups come around, you know, you just feel quiet because you just look at them and think, One little clap on your back broke, you know.
I'm not engaging in any
Yeah,
of
I'm
this,
engaging,
bro.
I'm
You get me?
engaging, man.
But yeah.
I'm coming, you know. If I start doing what I gotta do, man, it's a lot.
That made me fucking laugh. How long we recording? I need to. I'm getting waved.
Hour 30.
That's enough. You've had enough of me and Des just
Just let us know if you like this, innit? If you like this, there's more of this.
We've had enough, bro.
We've been talking about this for a minute. We took a gram of mushrooms each.
Yeah.
That's all we took.
That's
Very
it.
good mushrooms. Big up
Next
money.
time we'll up the dose.
No. I would never do that. Microdosing's where it's at for visuals on the net. Okay, we might do that in yard or Ghana,
I'm saying
somewhere like that.
this is an idea that I've wanted to do. So this has just happened. I think we threatened it before or whatever, but I've wanted to do one where, like, probably just for Patreon, where it's like, yo, let's have a, you know, especially people that maybe want to do their first experience, where we'll film it, we see how it goes, we'll put it behind a paywall just to protect ourselves and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it'd be interesting to see how the shrooms affects people. I know some of you that are voyeurs. You'll never take a shroom, but you want to see how man behaves and whatever
On a shroom.
on a shroom. You know what I mean? And hear
You know
the
what I want to do? I want
conversation.
to take my mum Jamaica and make her take mushrooms. Not make her, but
Yeah,
ask her
yeah.
to take
Yeah,
my mum
yeah.
to. I think anyone out there, and I think, come on, let's have it straight. Most of you, depressed, you know, feel like you're stuck in life, whatever, man. Come on, listen, it's hard being a human, right? Before you go to a rascal,
I want that t-shirt.
before you go to the doctor and ask for help, yeah, it's better you microdose. It's better you microdose, I'm telling you. It's better you learn to grow mushrooms and microdose, man. Your life will be a lot better.
As usual, I'm a bit more cautious in terms of telling people to participate in activities that I do. I want to make it clear. Just because I speak about shoplifting, I'm not telling people to go and shoplift. Just because I speak about mushrooms, I'm not telling them to go do no mushrooms. Yeah, you lot stick to the laws of your land and do what's legal and what's right for you. However, I will share my experiences.
I'm the however.
Because our experiences could shift. So I'm not going on record. If we're having a conversation, we're having a conversation. But when we go on record and in 10 years' time, the video pops up of Jedi and Des and they're saying rare, when we've come to a new conclusion, but not been able to go back in time and correct what we've put out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is why it's very important that we just say, you know what, when it comes to medicine and these things there, for me, I speak for me, I ain't never going on record to tell anyone to do anything because I know how the new school mind, Jedi said it was cool, and next thing you're not looking for someone to sue or fine or blame. We're not doing all that right now. Mm-hmm. But I love a mushroom. You get me? And I would say, if I speak for myself, right now, man's taking it in a recreational kind of way, right? You're taking a little 1 gram, whatever. We're having a laugh. The conversation will go deep because mushrooms will always. There's always going to be something to learn.
Open doors.
Yeah, always open doors. But we understand that this is not like a full. You know what I mean? We're just having a laugh and that, and I think you need to understand about mushrooms as well is that you can do that.
It's good for people. Yeah, it's good for people to see it in this.
Yeah, you can
yeah.
have it in a low dose, recreational, rare, or you can go and trip your fucking nuts out and whatever. Go on your self-healing journey or whatever. You can take it to all different levels, like everything. Yeah, people could take weed and smoke weed, or they can make it look like the nastiest, crackiest thing. Like, I've seen that, you know. Yeah, we chat about this before, innit? Like, you're not just doing too much, cuz like you just. I've done this.
Big up Nines, man. Big up Nines.
Big up Nines, man.
I'm an advocate.
You know, I just feel like
I'm an advocate.
I'm not a pusher. I'm not a pusher.
I'm a pusher, man. I'm your dealer.
I don't know what
I'm a
this
pusher.
He's
No,
a
but
pusher.
here what? This
He's
is a time when it's good to say educate people, innit? Jamaica it's never been illegal to have mushrooms in Jamaica, to grow them on it. I think Jamaica and the Samoa Islands, one of them, I think the Samoa Islands, sorry, that sounded real dumb. Samoa Islands, I think those two regions, they never went to the United Nations, you know, like 1970, whatever.
Yeah, they never bought into it.
Yeah, so basically, a lot of the world's mushroom heads congregate in Jamaica, you know, to do their business, innit?
Yeah.
So if you want to take mushrooms, come Jamaica, man. I got a retreat for you, man. We're good.
Love that.
Whatever level you want to do it at.
Love that. I feel like the best place to do mushrooms is at home or a completely controlled environment.
Yeah, I've never done mushrooms and gone raving or nothing. Never.
People, hey, listen. Let me tell you a
never
mad
done
thing what a man said to me, or what a girl said to me. Yeah. oh, yeah, my cousin, yeah, he's got like 3-4 grams, and he's about to do some and head off into carnival. I said, what? Carnival?
Not me.
What?
Like, you know what it is, bro.
Hey, listen, are you mad? As much as I can see the buzz, you gotta have some strong mental thingy or
Yeah, you
whatever.
gotta know yourself to do that.
Yeah, because the potential for that to go wrong is too much. Because for me, it's just a random dickhead just not on your wave, bruv.
Let me tell you
He's not
something.
feeling all that love and joy that you're feeling, and he's on some next thing. That feeling, I don't need that while I'm on
I think the
mushrooms,
idea
you know
of
what I
being
mean?
with enough other humans around,
Yeah.
I think you'll see mad shit. Because you see the
Yeah,
goals in
you
people,
will,
innit? You
you
see the
will,
energy
you
in it. So for me, I'm like, I took a conscious decision. You know, big up Thomas, big up Nick, big up Pineapple Beach Bar, place in Montego Bay. Beautiful place. People should go if they're ever in Montego Bay. Them man, they locked off a 12-acre site for me when they knew I did. And we spent a weekend and we took mushrooms. And I think I took 2 grams. First time ever. No, I might have got up to 4 grams, I think, I done, right? And it was a beautiful experience. And as a man that's, you know, I know what I know, innit? Like, from London, innit? Like, when I was under, I was just thinking, right, you know, whoever, like, see Molly and you see acid, I feel like mushrooms is that together.
Yeah.
I've never took acid.
Yeah.
But I've always sat with friends that have.
Yeah.
And used to scare the hell out of me, some of the shit they say they're seeing. Right? But when I was under the mushrooms for the first time, I just remember feeling like it was a heavy dose. I just remember thinking, fucking hell, whoever made Molly, remember these are man-made things, whoever made acid, it's like they took mushrooms and then split it.
It's just the molecules, man. It's just molecules. But yeah.
It's a plant, bro. Just like
But
like weed is.
deeper than the plant, it's like the molecule of like what are we dealing with? The psilocybin molecule and what is it? What's it? MDMA. These strains.
They're two separate things, man.
Yeah,
They're two separate things to me.
you say they are, but really and truly, they're chemical reactions in the brain.
Yeah, but
And what's
MDMA is man-made.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
What are you talking about? It's not.
No, actually, no, it is. It
course it
is.
And when you look at
It's man-made,
psilocybin, that's nature
You're
made,
right,
man.
yeah. I'm completely
And nature is
thinking about
God
something else.
to me.
100%.
Yeah, I know. You're high, man. It's
100%.
still good.
No, because what I'm saying is that the MDMA is still mimicking something that actually exists in nature. Like
Yeah,
these
that's what I was getting to with it.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying
That's what
to
I'm
say.
saying. When I was under the mushrooms, I was saying to myself, blood clot, you know what? This is where fucking acid and Molly come from. Someone was under mushrooms and said, you know what, I'm going to fucking
create this.
And the reason I know that, because in Jamaica, right?
Hmm.
Obviously, it's legalized for weed now. Since 2015, a lot of people don't realize, decriminalized. And we've been in the game since then. The first set of 50 licenses, we was part of that. In terms of me, when I say we, me and my team, right? And what I've learned through the it's 10 years now, innit? I've learned and I've realized, like, you can't patent a plant.
No.
Right? It's not like it's in the UN Charter. You can't do that, right? So when you see Molly, when you see acid, this is just man
Trying to create a niche of.
So that's why you got
something that
CBD
already exists.
now.
Facts.
Yeah, but it's all like when you look on the small print, it's lab made CBD. It's not from the plant, and that's how they get around it. Or in like Europe, they say, oh, you can only grow from. Last
Certain
time I
strains.
checked, certain amount
even
of
this,
hemp seeds.
even this
seeds.
medical thing, right?
Yes, of
that we
course.
got over here in the UK.
But don't get me
it's
wrong,
patented weed though, right?
No, it's all coming from Amsterdam. It's being grown. I know the people that.
Okay, regardless of where the weed is coming from, it's got to be a certain pattern of weed.
Because people think it's about customs. It's not. It's about the medical board because it's consumable. So basically, it has to be medically cleared, like from the medical board, which is deep shit. So when these men are growing in Amsterdam, they're growing in real, like, pristine conditions. And the funny thing is, I got a friend that's got real, like, he's got back problems, and he's the man who introduced me to it quickly when I came back from Jamaica one time. I said, you lie, so I swapped some weed with him. And you know, I noticed when I smoked it, it was fucking clean, you know? It was nice, bruv. And I was like, you know what? Weed in a controlled environment in Western culture, you're probably going to get better product. It's just that the black man can't get it.
It's that real.
Yeah, but it's hard for the black man to get you.
But then they start pricing the black. It's gentrification, basically.
No, but you say that, right? But then you got people like Nines. You got people like Big Nasty.
But the fact that you're standalone guys still.
No, but I think all of them, yeah.
Hats off to the man them.
No, I think they're doing great.
Hats off to the man them, whatever. But
Yeah.
what I think the point I'm making is.
I hate the way you do
No,
that.
no.
Hats off to the man them, whatever.
No.
What I'm saying is, right now, they're ahead of the game.
Well, okay, I'm saying hats off to the man them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? The whatever work, I'm just like, yeah, we celebrating them doing their thing. My thing is, you know, like, for the years of persecution that the whole generations of people have gone through for this thing, it's like just swept under the carpet. That's what I meant. That's what the whatever
Thailand's
was.
doing right now.
That's what the whatever was.
What I want to find out in Thailand is
like in America. 1 second. Like in America, where you got Martha Stewart, one of the biggest names out of America, is making bare millions out of weed and that, and you still got man in jail the company. Let's just say the companies.
Is it though? I don't really think it is.
Well, the companies. Let's say Martha Stewart represents white America that has bought into
Snoop Dogg
that has bought into manufacturing marijuana, right? And I'm saying, as well as these people can buy into it and make these big investments and own these big, massive warehouses and whatever, there's still man who obviously were persecuted for their part in this thing,
of course,
to this day. So I'm just saying, like, it's a real disgusting, dirty thing to me, right? Because obviously them man, they're never gonna get their retribution. In the UK, I've always thought that, yeah, you know what, this thing's gonna be legal soon, right?
It is.
It
is legal now.
But I feel like,
you can get
but I feel like before a man can really benefit out of it, there's already people, like, we understand the UK is the largest distributor of medical marijuana. We've known this for a very long time. We know who owned the contract for that, right?
No, but this is my game, bro, and you're generalizing a lot.
But is that not true? So
say what you said again.
Right. So you didn't listen.
No, I did, but I want you to say it again. Say it again.
All right. So I've said that the UK has been the largest exporter of medical marijuana
You're talking about GW Pharmaceuticals
for a while now.
Now, what was under the radar is that they've been the biggest exporter of marijuana, and it all goes to Canada for medical research. You cannot import in Canada legally unless it's for medical research.
Fair enough, whatever.
Yeah?
But I'm saying, like,
no, I'm just giving you the facts.
While men are going to jail for these things, our land legally is the biggest distributor of the same thing. So I'm just saying that's what I'm talking about in terms of morally where we're at, where certain men are getting punished, while our nation is the biggest in actually exporting this shit.
Yeah, when I found out, it was a head fuck still.
Boom. Secondly, what's the name of the chick? What's the name of the Prime Minister that we had before? Theresa May.
It's her husband's the big shareholder in that company.
Is that fact?
Yes, fact.
Yeah, so that's all I was saying.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but you'll go Jamaica, you'll go Caribbean, you'll go Africa. You see this in play everywhere. It's more open to your eyes.
What?
St.
You see
Lucia.
what?
Like you'll see nepotism like that. You'll see that. Like I think in England, it's just, I always say about England, I'm like, they just got their thing patterned so well. Like so well. It's right in front of you, but you just don't even, you're so desensitized to it. That's why I say, see, as who we are growing up in England and then going foreign, we're like Neo in the Matrix, man. Out there for them people. Because remember, I think the visual of England and all great England, all great America is dead. It's dying.
The whole thing just went.
I love it.
That's deep. But I'm hearing you. Yeah.
But I think with you sometimes.
So you think we're Neo in the Matrix and that. All I was trying to explain was because I feel like maybe you thought I've got some different views about how the weed thing runs over here. I'm just saying that.
Now I'm an advocate in it, so my thing is.
No. I get you. That's why I kind of said, yeah, okay, all of that's cool. Like we get that. Man are legalizing it. Medical.
Get that.
No, we do though.
No, people don't. You get it. People
Okay,
don't get it.
Legalizing medical, we're not against that. But what we're saying is, this is the fight of the man them trying to like, basically, eat off something that we should have been eating off from time. And guess what? Right? Guess what? There's other people that are just gonna jump the queue. They didn't have to go through any of the stigma, any of the rare, and because they just got the money, they just could put the money there and boom. What I'm saying is, marijuana and things like of these natures are gonna be very, very lucrative things, and already I saw the race for those that can to get ahead before those that.
That's the way of the world, man.
Before anyone even gets the heads up.
My thing is this, like.
So I'm saying to the man,
I so respect your opinion on it, right? I really do, and the passion, I respect it. But so the world run, man.
Yeah, no, cool. But like I feel like a bit like what you said in terms of
Getting where you fit in, innit?
No, a bit like what you said in terms of people not knowing. Like I said, yeah, I know, but you said the people them don't know.
Yeah.
The people them don't know, so the world work sometimes.
Yeah,
so
man,
sometimes
cool.
I feel like it's a job to kind of point that out and just let man know that, Rod, you know what? Weed is a beautiful thing, right?
Very much so.
And I think the whole pharmacy, the whole medical side of what it is and what it was originated
It's
to
a
be.
red herring, man.
But it's a fucking joke the way that
What you're saying is the white people, them or whatever, they just get to capitalize off something
it's
that
a
they
fucking joke the way that people get to capitalize, and I see it even living in the ends and like with art and things like that, even graffiti. You know, man, I get nicked for graffiti, red. Then once, let's commercialize. Oh, we got a Banksy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, it's a
They got
shame.
Banksy, man. He's having a joke at everyone's
but
expense
it's
still.
also what makes art kind of beautiful,
Yes.
right? Because.
But I think this is who you are. Like how you look at it. I think a lot of people
But it's
look
the
at
beauty
it.
of art, and this is why they slum it and they come down to enjoy and get a sniff of the fucking raw shit. Do you know what I mean? And be like, rah, this is deep. This is, and they, you know, they get to roll with you for a day, Des, and they're like, oh my god, I feel like yes. And do you know Des?
Come on,
I went
Safari.
to
They went to Safari.
Right, Safari thing.
I get that all the time
You
in the
know?
yard, you know. People come to the farm, they have the experience. Like we get paid for that shit.
I know what I'm saying though, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
So,
I totally get it, man.
So it's
I totally
deep.
get it.
So when I watch it and I think, right, it's mad, you know, because it's like, and they come down and you know when they leave, they're taking a piece of what they got in it, and they're gonna fucking market that and come back with an idea, go round you,
All right, let me say something that I think.
get me, and make it $1 million idea. They'll
Yeah,
go
but let
round
me say
you.
something to you that I think encapsulates what you're saying. Look at Thailand. Man, we're getting 20 years. Man, we're getting death sentences for shit.
Lashed.
Now, Thailand, and I've got a couple friends that got dispensaries over there. And
They
let me live with this one, yeah, because I
Yeah.
want to get somewhere with it, right? So now, right now, Thailand, everywhere you go. Oh, sorry, this is my mum, man. Yo, mum.
Yeah, you know, man,
Yeah.
us, what can we do?
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. And what do I do?
Just say
I
it,
know,
bro.
because I'm not even doing all that.
Say it, bro.
I'm not doing the what you call it.
That's not a problem.
not
man.
editing.
It's all good. He's got his phone on silent. Where are you now?
Doing this thing. But yeah, I think we should wrap it up here, and then we
Okay,
can just
cool.
have our netter after. But
Alright,
yeah,
Cool.
I'll let the big man just come off the phone. But yeah, brother,
We found Uncle Joe. We found Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe was missing.
He's my dad's only surviving brother, innit?
Right.
He's the only surviving member of the bloodline, yeah?
Yeah.
So they
Big
wanna
up
just
Uncle Joe, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
Big up Mumsy as well. So I'm gonna wrap it now because we're just gonna be chatting forever.
No, there's something I wanted to say.
And we
Stop.
tried
No,
to-
no,
and
no,
we
no,
tried
no,
to-
no.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah, Thailand.
Thailand.
You was just getting into it, and then your phone rang. To
Yeah,
be fair.
so
To be
Thailand now.
fair, yeah.
So remember, in Thailand, you know, you can get death sentence for certain things, with weed and back in the day or whatever.
yeah.
And I want to know if anyone that's in Thailand that's doing a
Still
long
doing
sentence
the
has
sentence. And they've been
expunged.
released?
I would
I
like
don't
to know
think
that.
so.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
think
it
so.
must be in process, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be deep.
But right now, Thailand, when you go there, man, it's red, gold, and green. They're repping the weed thing better than Yard. It's pure Bob Marley, calves, and everything. And for me, you see what it is. I got friends that got dispensaries there, right, and that are growing there. You see me? I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been. People have tried to hire me to go there, but my thing is this. I'm a bit on your side of this because this is where I'm going back. So I'm saying, let me land, right? I'm saying your passion for this and how you look at it. I'm a man. I won't go and put my blood, sweat, and tears into Thailand right now, because you know what? I can see how you'll benefit. I'd rather go and do it in Yard or Ghana or Congo because I feel like it benefits better that way for where I come
Hey, do you
from.
know what
I'm
I was
about.
thinking?
Huh?
You see what you know our favourite weed? Was that actually from Thailand?
I think it was Malawi weed, didn't it, back in the day?
But we called it Thai weed, didn't it?
Yeah, Thai weed. Yeah, Thai
weed,
stick.
red,
You
Thai
got a red,
stick,
red seal,
string,
blue seal. Yeah, all of that.
But I'm thinking that they've
Big
been
up the
doing that
dog,
thing
yeah?
for a while. But was it never really from Thailand?
No, I think it was from Thailand, but now it's fake. Like the fucking elbows, innit? The elbows are mashing this thing. They're making you think Stardog is whatever.
Whatever, anyway, yeah. That's a whole different... He
Yeah,
just
whole
sits up
nother
like,
thing.
we're not getting into all that chat.
But anyway,
I
what I'm
hear
trying
you.
to say is I feel like Thailand is capitalizing off a culture that it would put you to death for. And the
While
way
ago.
they flipped
Right.
it, I'm like, blood.
But you know what, though, yeah? It's deep because I've heard that it's a particular... What have they got? Kings?
Yeah, Kings.
There's
I
a
think they're
particular
Kings,
king, the young king that came in, and he was like, yo,
Yeah, man.
we need to turn this around.
man.
And he was like, I want Thailand to
Do
be
you know what's-
known
you know what?
for weed.
Big up Derek.
And-
One of my friends, the
Yeah.
other day come around to help me with something. And his son was there. First time I've met his son's 21. You know, like I seen him when last time I saw there was babies. The son showed me online where in Thailand now you can go on like renting, you know, like house renting sites or warehouse renting sites. And it will tell you the capacity of lights that can go into this place, the yield you will get every grow, and like you will get in your monthly breakdown of this property, it will show you how much weed you can grow.
you could grow.
And I thought to myself, rah, you know, I've never seen a culture come like
You
that.
know what's deep though, yeah? I know you're only allowed certain much for personal use and this and that, and you're only allowed to, I think it's like 12 ounces or something rare. And I see these Somali youths from the ends. I'm fucking
Over there?
Yeah, gone to Thailand today.
So a couple of man start getting arrested now, though.
This is what I'm just saying. The Somali man or whatever from the ends getting nicked for like moving food out there. I'm just like, but why though, bruv? Why? Cause
They're gonna find out what their why is sooner or later. I'll tell you that. They've got
hell,
enough
man.
time to think about it.
like, why, man?
But that was my point. So let's just wrap up. Cool.
Yeah. You don't want to get into the underbelly right now.
Nah, we can.
So
We
we
can if you
don't
want.
know. But you're right. We're wrapping up. You wanted to say your Thailand thing, and the underbelly just poked his head and we're like, you know what? We leave that energy for another day, right? Which
It's a good debate.
we're on a hippie thing right now.
Yeah.
We really want to get...
New hippie.
Yeah. we take over hippiness. Hippiness is always based on us anyway.
Yo,
I
man,
know.
it's a Rasta
Let me-
thing more time.
I'm not
I'm
agreeing
telling you. When you really look at what the Dreads them were saying from back in the day, and even
I
down to
love the
Africa.
Rastas. I love the dreads, and I love their... You're right. I'm
Like
not-
if to say it's a hippie thing is their thing, the Rasta thing is more in line with us. I would say.
Yeah, I hear you still. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But I mean, big up the Rastas, then, man.
Big up the
'Cause-
Rastas,
But what I would say is,
Chung fa.
even if I don't,
Paw, Ras.
even if I don't identify with every ideology from every tribe, I know that they don't even identify. Some, some Rasta cookie, some trick it.
Enough man, I Baba Dreads, you know?
Nah, I'm not even, no. Because what I realized from looking into Rasta, certain man they would say, oh, that's
It's like they got a wig on.
certain man will tell certain man will tell you rare, but next man will tell you, you know what?
Yeah.
It ain't that. So there's deeper sciences within that where some people are quick to burn out and rare. I'm a guest in it, so I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. I love me a bit of Rasta egg. I love me a Rasta egg. Big up Ras Moko.
What's
And
Rasta egg again? I don't know.
you know what's funny? You know Ras Moko though, innit?
No, I don't. I probably do, but I can't remember.
He kind of helped make my man famous, you know.
Who's my man?
M.
Okay.
Cause M. went out there and linked with him and done some cooking.
Okay, yeah.
You must
yes,
know
yes,
Ras
yeah, I saw,
Moko,
yeah, I
bro,
see
man.
now. I know who it is. It's
You
not
never
like I
watched
know
his
it.
content
Yeah,
before?
of course I have. Of course I follow him. I subscribe
Right,
to him.
that's what I'm saying. Ras Moko,
Yeah.
he's the one who he put me onto Rasta egg.
Okay.
Yeah, so them man I met
I'm gonna
Rasta
check it
egg.
out. I'm gonna check it out.
And where he's living from the land and doing his man, you lot can't fucking tell him nothing, bruv.
Yeah, and I love that.
you know what I
I love
mean?
that way of living.
Right?
Like when I'm on the farm, I'm not gonna lie to you, bruv. I'm
must be
happiest.
at
All I
peace,
want
bruv.
to do, I just want to get my youths. I want my youths.
And bring
to
them
come.
over here and enjoy
I want
this
them
with
to
me.
come and the funny thing is what I've learned in the farm life as well is like you can go anywhere. Like I can go Africa now. I know I can
Yeah.
build from nothing.
You know how to do
Buy
it.
up a piece
though.
of land and just know what to do.
Yeah.
And I want to do that with my daughters, man. And my son. I want to do it with my daughter. And maybe more daughters and more sons that I might have. If I find the right woman out
This
there.
guy's in a cheeky mood today, you know. He's in a cheeky mood.
Whoa,
Hey, listen.
can I just say,
this is
before we wrap
special.
up,
Hey, this is special, you know. You know, ain't seen this.
You ain't seen this
You
days.
ain't seen
But
this side
people
of
know
this,
this days, you know.
Hey,
People
you know
know this
enough-
days, but
you know-
only certain.
So I've taken
I
from
just
you,
say the
right?
ladies are loving the beard though.
It's mad. Hey, bro, you should have let me finish saying what I'm saying, you know.
go on.
It's so deep.
Go
Yeah.
on.
I've taken from you, you know. So I had to publicly acknowledge I've been on mushrooms, yeah, and one of the main things that I take about from mushrooms is realizing how much I actually do laugh to myself.
Yeah, man,
Right?
you gotta laugh.
So
to
when I
yourself,
hear
man.
you saying that, it always gives me a throwback to
man.
certain deep epiphanies where man's sitting down and man's giggling to yourself of a realization.
Yes,
right.
bruv.
You know what I'm trying to say?
And
Like,
you know what? That is healthy.
it's such a joyous thing.
Of course it is.
So anyway,
Something I don't think the mother
I
of
say
my
that
kids
to, I
does.
say
you know.
that to say this, right?
Something I don't think the mother of my kids does. You know.
I was laughing to myself. Where you going? Where you going?
I know it.
Where you going, man?
Just dash this in there, man. That was it.
That's not even a bin.
Yeah, what's that one?
You never. Des has got up twice. Hey, see that?
No,
hey,
just stop
another,
with me.
another trailer. 2 trailers. Des got.
That's what you did. You just kicked into mine.
I'm gonna write this, you know.
Man's using me. Man's using me.
I'm gonna write this and say this.
Man's using me as a prop.
And Des, I'm gonna write this and
just tell
say.
me. Tap my foot when you want me to get
The
up.
title's gonna be like, Des leaves twice. Des leaves 3 times. Des gets up 3 times. I'm not even lying. But anyway,
the title to this should be like.
I was going somewhere because this is a bit disjointed, Des, right?
Okay.
I was going somewhere. And what I was saying is, taken from you, I laughed to myself. So I just wanted to give you your flowers for that, right? I laughed to myself thinking, yeah, you're not even ready for Des to shave off the beard. Ooh. Like, just be, yeah! Hey, you know what?
If we do that, you're young boxer and problem.
You're
like,
not ready.
That's when I give man like him.
Yeah? How I met Des, yeah, he wasn't even the bearded version. So this is like final form. But you lot ain't seen when Des shaved off the beard. You lot in trouble. I was giggling to myself. I was giggling to myself. You know,
I'm less stressed. I'm less stressed.
Yeah. With Des with no beard is dangerous. Just believe the beard is to protect us. Yeah, it's for our safety, not for his. Yeah. And that being said, I've had a great time with my brother, man.
How you mean, man?
Big up, Mav on the ones and twos tried his best to ignore us. He's tried to.
Do you know what I've noticed over time? He's got engrossed in what we're doing.
He has to, man, but he's tried his best to ignore us.
Never took
He's got this shield of equipment where there's no eye contact. He's used to me though. He's seen me on mushroom. He's used to me. But anyway, big up yourselves. It's been, I don't know what this is. In my head, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna chop this up into sections. This is really good. I think this is a good chance for me to release part 2 of Fuck David Gray. Because a lot of people haven't really seen what happened after that. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know if you've seen. You ain't been. If you're not on Patreon, big up Patreon crew. They know what happened after Chink said "fuck David Gray" and Des got up and bounced. Yeah. To some people, that's a big cliffhanger. You know.
Say that again. Sorry.
The episode.
Someone just told me someone died. That's why I took him out.
I felt that. You know what? The mushrooms is too. That's why you gotta like. Let me just say this here. This is why you have to...
Yo, bruv, I hear you loud and clear, you know. I'm going to hit you back here. I'm on a podcast. I can't even do laughing, man. You're making me laugh.
Delete that.
I had to delete it. What the fuck?
Just chill, bro.
That was not cool.
Just chill for a minute. And this is another thing. When you... Like, hey, bro, when you got a phone and you realise...
Can I just ask something, yeah?
Wait.
No,
Let me finish.
Because you're too domineering, blood. Can I ask the viewer? Do you think he's domineering?
Nah, man, I was just trying to make a point.
Jokes.
Wait. The point I was making was a good one, you know.
Go on then.
Yeah, and it was basically, see, with mushrooms and whatever, you get a clarity on your behaviours and things, and you can see through other people and see your own behaviours. One thing I see is, you know, when you get a phone, yeah, and there's a message, your politeness makes you feel forced to respond. And if you haven't, it sits on your subconscious. Like, right, I need to say something. I've watched it. A lot of the time, afterwards, I look at it and I think, you know what? I could have just looked at that message and not even opened it and then responded. And I feel like there's certain men that operate on that level where they see stuff, they're all right, cool, and they'll respond. But we are like real time. Me and Des, we're real time. So you see it, you want to respond and be like, yeah.
It depends on who's messaging me.
And we're in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah,
but what I was going to say to you was, there's 2 points. I still ain't got... Yeah. What I was going to say to you is, you looked at your phone, bruv. This is the thing about being on mushrooms, right? It's deep. You looked at your phone. I looked at you.
You see the change.
And...
You felt the change.
No. We went...
Yeah, I get it.
And I didn't say, what going on? But I felt it. So for you to turn around and say, no, sorry, brother. Someone just told me someone's passed. I'm like, yeah, I felt that, bro.
And that's what I think mushrooms
deep on the mushrooms, bro.
Mushrooms clear out the bullshit, man.
Yeah.
If you microdose, that is. I'm not talking about taking them heavy, like you're fucked up, seeing mad shit.
Do you not agree with that, bro?
No, you should do that. I reckon every 3 to 6 months. I can't remember what they call it. What do they call it?
Heroic dose.
Yeah. You should do a heroic dose. Big up Darren LeBaron. Darren LeBaron's the man that taught me everything I know.
We need to get the broski on,
he's ready to come in. He said he is. But, yeah, I think you should do a hero dose at least twice a year. I reckon. But Monday to Friday, you're meant to microdose, man. In this world. Especially in Western culture, man. You're meant to, man. Because there's too much pressure on your
Monday
head,
to Friday, and then don't let that kind of interrupt with your, like, tolerance. Do you know what I mean?
But what I'm saying to you is you're microdosing is taking it at such a level that you're not actually high. But what I noticed, I have a little pad and pen. So when I first started doing it, and I don't do it a lot, but I might do it for a month on and off. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And when I first, obviously, I was like everyone else when I first got introduced to them. I was like, fucking hell, I don't know about this. Because I know what I've been through in life. I know what I'm about. I'm like, I don't want to bring up certain shit, whatever. Which is all fucking your ego. It's bollocks.
You're running, innit? It's just running, yeah.
So I took it very seriously. So I don't rave. I've never partied on mushrooms. But, and also in terms of, I had a pad and a pen. So when I'd ever experience it, I'd say, all right, let me write it down, or let me just be totally focused when I'm going into this. And I'm like, yo, I think that's the best therapy ever for me personally. Like obviously my dad's just passed, innit? Bless his soul. And all I want to do is get my mum to Jamaica and say, yo, come take some mushrooms, my man. Because I can see the
I can see
changes
it's on
in-
your mind because you've mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah, I want to.
I can
Don't get
see
me
that
wrong
side-
though.
that
It's
side-
like it's not to say it's gonna happen either. Like I'm not.
But
You don't force
it's-
people.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But you can discuss with people, and you just.
So
me,
you found personal healing from. I feel like
I don't know if I could say personal healing just yet. I'm sure I have, but what I've just realized is like, I'm about self-efficiency. You know, I'm about progress. I'm about you never stop learning, and I feel like sometimes people just give up on learning, innit? So my thing is
become stagnant, and
I think mushrooms will help you in that process. That's what I'm saying.
it's deep, bro. Let me build on that. Yeah. You know, like I've always had this thing where anything that doesn't grow is dead. Yeah? Anything perfect is dead. Stagnation is perfection, meaning that there's nothing to be improved on. So I kind of feel like it's like a similar state to being dead. So it's a deep thing that you say that, right? I just think, bruv, life is such a beautiful fucking miracle, bruv.
It sure
You know?
It sure is.
And anything that helps you attune yourself and realize and humble yourself sometimes, because I think mushrooms are a very humbling thing. If you're taking it in the right with the right reasons and that, it can be a very humbling thing.
In so many ways. So yes, in answer to your question, yeah, I think it's definitely helped me a lot in my life over the last, say, about 5 years now. And you know what? Meeting Darren LeBaron was good for me because it showed the whole African perspective, which I think is right in front of your face, but you just never realised.
I don't even want to touch on it because I think this is going to be such a powerful.
No,
thing.
Listen, I would never
we
rep
couldn't even
it.
try,
He's gonna rep it.
Yeah, he's gonna rep it.
I'm not gonna
properly.
rep for him, but I'm saying he
that's how
opened
I
my
meant it.
eyes to
Yeah.
saying, right, when I check it in the hieroglyphics,
Deep. Yeah, it's there in your face.
it's in your face.
It's in your face, bro. It's in your face.
So with that said, baby mothers need to microdose.
But yeah, big up, man. Big up, big man Des. Big up, Maverick on the ones and twos. You know what I mean? We out of here, man.